Welcome, I'm your theloladass. So today gonna bring you uh, I was a teenage ex-colonist because trying to lower the volume of music, like it was loud as hell. And so this game came out last week, but last week there was a lot of games coming out. So of course it was like, I'm gonna play first. So yeah, I played this game. I in the demo of this game, and it was like a good game because like they will explain because it's hard a little bit to explain because it's like you start like as a kid and then like pass years to you start to grow up. I think it's 9 years that you have. I think it is, and every choice that you do affects the story. And it's like I say, it's like the other game that I played that you were like a kid, you start as a baby, and then you to grow life, like to get a job like that. It's similar to that, but in here it's like you are exocolonist, so you need to discover life and learn things, but it's good. The game is developed by Northway Northway Games and published by Finji. So let's start. Okay, wake up. Cause this has like to explain a little bit. So we press in here. Warning: this game deals with mature subjects and may not be suitable for our players. Please see our content because of other certain things that can happen. You wake to chaos, a confusion of light and heat and smoke, fire. I don't remember if you need to press yes. When it appears, continue. Your head is pounding, you must have hit it and blacked out, but you aren't sure how you got here or what on Vertumna is happening. There's something important you need to remember. Your stomach sludge as the floor crumbles beneath your feet, then collapse. So you see a girl coming to help you. I think it's a girl. Your body aches and your eyes burn from the smoke. A figure appears through the flames. It's your friend. Your friend? Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing and shouting at you, but all you hear is a ring in your ears. What's going on? Climb out. Climb out. You try to stand up, but one of your legs falls uselessly underneath you. It won't hold your weight. Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. She throws your arm over her shoulder and half drags you towards the door. Through it, you see a deep, eerie twilight, dark blue and cold against the heat of the fire around you. Glow season. Glowing eyes, you shake your head to clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog? Like from Earth? It was like kinda weird. And what the fuck is that? The creature howls and lunges, its jaws open. Because you see these and you are like, what is that? Because what I think in there is that I don't think it's on Earth. I think it's where the planet that we go. But now you're gonna have choice until reach there because to learn how you reach to there. But then with the choice you change a lot of things. I think it's like that. You are born on Stratospheric, Earth's first colony ship, halfway through its 20-year voyage to a wormhole at the edge of the Sol system. Your parents run the hydroponic gardens which make fresh air and vegetables for the ship. Like the other colonists, they bravely chose to make this one-way journey to the uncharted planet Vertumna 4 in the hope they could escape Earth's trouble. They had you the old-fashioned way, merging their genes like they merged their cultures and traditions. They name you. You can select this name or something else that you can put your name. Like, but this was one of these how you delete. Okay, because it appears like that. I want to put my name. Okay. So you are bright-eyed child with an active imagination, sometimes too active. Your mom says, use the slides on the left to choose pronouns and late teens appearance. This can be changed at any time. So we go for male. Masculine appears in late teens. You can, of course, you can select like this. Like I go for here and put in he. Okay. But like it game says, you can change at any time. You have vivid dreams of things you never experienced. Dirt under your feet, skies overhead, endless jungles and strange animals. You wonder if this is what Vertumna will be like. So as you can see, the entire game how it's gonna be. You see a quiet season, age 10, that you start at age 10, then it has seasons, right? Like when past 1 year, it's like, I think it's 9 years that the game has, because you reach to age 19. 19 is the maximum age that you go, I think. Then you have these, like, how you can say, skills like that, because it's what you need to get. Of course, I think they explain everything in here. Every child on the stratosphere is given one genetic enchantment. By age 6, you see the first signs of yours. Eagle eyes, extra fingers, absorbed brain, super strength, calm temperament, or nothing at all. Like, these are like to help you in here. I think it is. Eagle eyes, that is, can see. Extra fingers, I think is like you can do a lot of things. Absorbent brain is, I think, is like everything that someone says you remember. Super strength is easy to understand, and calm temperament is like, instead of getting nervous or angry, you are like, calm the fuck down. Like, super strength is always good, but it's like everything is good. I think I prefer absorbent brain because it's easier to remember things. See, because then there's other things that game gonna explain that you need to play cards, but it's better to wait until the tutorial. But so because I absorbed brains, it went for reasoning. Professor Hall says kids learn fast because their brains are like sponge, but when people get older they can't absorb as much new stuff. Not for you, you are always learning and your curiosity knows no end. And so this card is +1 skill on brain, challenge win. Okay. The other kids have trouble keeping up with you, but one tries. Energetic and loyal Anomon, tall and gentle Cal, bold and confident Mars, quiet and adventurous Dees, studious and mature Tangent, shy and sweet Tammy. Because these like for these characters. I think it's like that. It's like the artwork is very good throughout the game. Bold and confident Mars, quiet and adventurous Dees, studious and mature Tangent, I think it's like that. Shy and sweet Tammy. Who I go for? Tough and gentle Cal, bold and confident. I think I go for quiet and adventurous Dees. Unlike his serious studious twin sister Tangent, this is the kind of boy who sits in the back of the classroom and doodles on his hollow palm. You bond over cracking jokes about the weird diagrams in your textbooks. His quiet nature and his morbid curiosity make him somewhat of a loner, but at least he has a friend in you. In here is like, if you want to select another, right? If you want to go for another character, this same, right? If you like, you press in here if you want this girl or the others, you can go. I think I go for this because look at the card, it's good. Okay, let's go for this one. +10 stress. You are 10 years old when the ship finally reached the wormhole. Professor Hall says it's like a doorway to the other star system, with the planet Vertumur 4 on the other side. You run emergency drills for months to prepare. When the day finally comes, it starts with a rumble, then things start to slide off the tables. You hurry to gather near the escape pods just in case. Because in here is the mood, the stress, it's better to say like that, stress. You can see that you have stress, 30 of 100, physical, mental exhaustion. That's to understand how it works. These kudos, reputation based on currency, and these like rebellion 50 to 100 relationship with adults and colony government, like to be go against everything that's happening or like be in peace, like that. So in here shows your stress only to understand. The emergency area is crowded with families. It's going to be fine, loladas. Your dad suffers. We'll be through the hormone and down on the plant before you know it, just like we have practiced. Your mom gives him a sharp, worried look. So we have 60 because of this. Red emergency light switch on as a siren begins to sound somewhere distant in the ship. You try to breathe slowly like you were taught, but you are very scared. You look out a porthole, the stars are gone. When you frighten you, so if you had super strength, put a tough face, because it shows need toughness 5 or great, you go in here, toughness you don't have. Get in touch with your emotions. In here it explains that you need empathy, and empathy I have 5, 10, but you need 5 or greater, or find a distraction. Need organizing. I think I go for find a distraction. So it shows for these 3 characters, I gain a plus with them. So you can see Anemone with a half heart, this half heart, and Cal, right? Yes, half heart. You start a game of Rambutan with some of your classmates. You pick the topic, types of fruit. Cal thinks about it. I could name 10 kind of fruits, he says. In here shows, because of your choice, what you gain. Like less 10 stress, heart plus 2 friendship with everyone, and this card gained memory. Maybe I could name 11, these mumbles. Anemone conflict counters with 12. Back to Carl. He thinks again. I could name 20. The other shrug, and Anemone tells him to go ahead. Apple, orange, banana, Carl starts, and tomatoes are fruit, and cucumbers and corn. The game immediately erupts into an argument of semantics, as many games of Rambutan do. So we gain more stress again, because of what is happening. You wait, the shaking builds. Then everything starts to get very weird. The always stretch, and you are stretching too. Your arms impossible long. Your head feels like it's slowly filling up like a balloon and contracting down to the size of an atom at the same time. Is this the wormhole? You hear the distant ominous squeal of metal giving away as ship shudders and lurch in slow motion. The weirdest part is a sense of deja vu. You are sure this has happened to you before, and you know somehow that everything is going to be okay. The shuddering reaches a crescendo. You hear an impossible loud crunch and feel weightless for a few seconds before gravity slams you back against the wall head first. You black out. As you sleep unconscious, you feel yourself twisted out of time. It's today, yesterday, and tomorrow all at once. And more than just one tomorrow, lots of them, different tomorrows. You find yourself in a place that you know from your dreams. Till it feels dramatic, rich, and a stranger, but also not a stranger, grinning as she grabs your hand. Hurry up, she says. I'm not going to let you miss this. Distantly, you can feel the ship shaking as stopped and hear your parents' worried voice. Feeling safe, you slip further into the warm embrace of the stars. You drift. So, minus 20 stress, that's always a good thing. You always need to check everything to understand how you are going. Gradually, your consciousness reforms. You wake up in the medbay. The medbay under you plays a soft tone and an automated voice speaks. 2 weeks have elapsed. The patient's cranial injury has completed healing. They may now be safely discharged. As the fog leaves from your head, you realize something seems different about this room. It's so bright. You try to focus on the window. Something is definitely different. Sunlight, trees, ground. No, go for sunlight. Instead of the familiar blackness of space, bright light from twin blue and yellow suns is streaming through the windows. You peer out and see fields, glass-walled domes, and walls ringed by giant mushrooms like trees. There are construction materials everywhere and people walking around outside on the grounds. You better get out there and join them. Rush out to start your new life, casual step outside to your new life. No, rush. Because to see what's happening. So now it's like, is what arrow keys? Yes, it was with arrow keys that you could play. Oh, time jumps as you step out of ship quarters beyond her. You are awake. Are you all better? You better go see your dad. She points southeast towards some geodesic domes. To walk, click on the ground, click on cracks to talk to them. Now you can play with the mouse. Start Stratocolony. Tammy looks concerned. You slept for so long after you bumped your head, she says. I bet your parents were worried. Your dad is working over in geoponics, near those domes. They are called greenhouse. I'll go with you, but, well, this is as far as I've been from the ship since we landed. Tammy stammers, blushing. It's scary outside. So you can see the in here quiet season yet, because then it's past time. Okay, there is our dad. I think we can interact with other things instead of going to that immediately. So this is the command you can see to see everything. Okay. But we need to go to our dad. Okay, where is our dad? He's in here. Loladash, your dad gives you a big warm hug. I'm so happy you are finally awake. Dr. Instance thought it would be best to keep you asleep while your noggin healed. Your mother and I thought you might slip away the hole here, my snoozy little gooseberry. He shakes your head and looks relieved. He was clearly very worried about you, but covers it with jokes and smiles. Oh, you love your dad. He's so embarrassed now. Love your dad, of course. Welcome to Vertumna, he says, gesturing around you. You've never seen the stratosphere from the outside, except in pictures. The ship has been separated in two and parts taken off to form other buildings and a big wall around the whole colony. The alien jungle creeps right up to the wall, only the geodesic greenhouse pass outside it, dotting their way up the hill. It's beautiful. How did you do it so fast? What's outside the walls? What's outside the walls? Oh, don't worry about that, my dear Albergine, he says. Nothing that could hurt you. We just don't want you getting lost in the big world out there. Oh, before I forget, he pulls a package out from his satchel and hands it to you. You blink and stare at it blankly. Don't you know what day is it? He asks. You honestly don't? You remind him that you have been asleep in Medbay. Happy birthday, he shouts, wrapping you in a warm hug. Your birthday already? You feel a dizzying sense of deja vu. You stare hard at the wrapped package. You know, is that what's in there? You remember it. No, you dreamed about this package some years ago on the ship. Inside will be a small medallion in the shape of a sun that your dad made by hand. Open the package, tell him you know what's in it. Don't open, no, open. How do you know this? It is that as you imagine, as you dream it. A feeling of panic rises in your throat, your hand shakes, but how? So what I'm saying is that in the beginning that we saw that thing happening is like we dream with that, and now we need to evade what was happening. Like we saw the future, and now we need to evade that. Your dad notices. Are you okay, Loladash? He snaps his fingers. Dr. Instance shouldn't have let you out so early. Sometimes those sleeping meds take a while to wear off. They might make your head feel funny for a few hours. You nod. Maybe that's all it is. Someone shouts your dad's name. Listen, I'm so sorry, Lolash, he says, but I have to get back to work. There was an accident when we landed and he stops himself. Don't worry, we're going to fix it. Your mother and I. Professor Hall is expecting you in class if you are feeling up to it. Your dad says, pointing west to the engineering wing in the rear end of the bisected ship. Then he points to the large doors you came out of earlier. Or you can relax in our quarters until you are feeling better. We'll talk later tonight, he says, then kisses the top of your head and ruffles your head. Have a wonderful birthday, Lolach. I love you. So, unlocked study humanity in engineering. so it's where we can go. So love you to that, give him a thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. No, love you to that, of course. To enter buildings, click on the door or the flag beside it, or get close and press enter or another action button. Then choose an activity for the month to gain skills and advance time. There are 13 months a year and 10 years to the end of the game. There it is, 10, it's 10. You only have time to focus on a few things. So here it is, explain a little bit of the game. That's always a good thing, but I think like in the beginning they could explain more. This same thing, right? Yes. I remember that I could run faster, right? If I'm not wrong. So we have here someone to talk. How it was? Anemone? Hey, lollas. Anemone seems really at home here. She's rolling a sports ball around her with her foot, making patterns in the weird blue snow. This stuff is different from snow on Earth, she tells you, cause it isn't cold, but it's still neat, and you can make stuff out of it. Your foggy head clears a little. Anemone is simple, physical, real. You always feel grounded near her. What are you making? Why aren't you school? See you later. What are you making? Just snow spirals, she says, but early me and Cal made a big snow pile. You missed it while you were sleeping in Medbay. She smiles her broad gap toothed smile at you. Now that you are awake, we can play. Why aren't you school? She smacked her forehead. School. I wonder where everybody was. I guess I'm gonna be late for humanity class. She doesn't look very worried to you. It's okay, she says. Professor Hall is chill. He won't mind, but we should probably go now. She grinds and starts running towards engineering. Hey, race you? No fair. She's getting a head start. So I think it's in here, right? Engineering. Okay. A low throbbing noise comes from the engine room, which provides power to the colony. Other currents lead off to the teaching labs and medbay. You know the route to your classroom well, but the rest of this wing is off limits to children. Congruence, the ship's onboard IE, beams down at you from a nearby holo screen. Don't forget to study hard, loladass. Okay, pick an activity to do this month. Study life science or study humanities. So in here shows what you can learn. You gain 2 creativity, 2 persuasion, 15 stress. In this one, you learn 2 biology, 1 reasoning, and stress is same, 15. So let's see. Like both, nothing in here goes to the last one, right? No, it's for top. I think I go for the study life science. Good after my burgeoning biology and up and coming chemist. Professor Hall welcomes you back to your old classroom. This afternoon we'll learn what I like to call the wet science. He gestures to his projected lesson plan: biology, chemistry, medicine, ecology, and geology. You'll learn a little bit of everything, with opportunities for further study in your favorite field. If you're looking for something a little drier, try registering for engineering class. For today's lesson, Professor Hall tells you we'll start with a fun group project. We'll be studying with mush tree, a prominent natural resource native to Vertumna. In the ideal condition, it can grow at a speed over a meter a day and at a diameter of up to 30 centimeters. He stands on his tiptoes and gestures to illustrate. Your team will experiment to find those ideal conditions. You are teamed up with Tank and Cal, so this tangent, and are given a mush tree spore and a bucket to grow it in. The rest is up to you. Tang looks up Surveyor's note on the holonet. Mush trees, she reads, are most abundant south of the colony in the stormy, moist regions of the subaqueous swamp. What if we use what instead of soil? Cal suggests, like they do with hydroponics. Tang nods. If they like wet weather, that might work. Lush, do you have any dresser? Lower the water's pH, put it under bright grow light, sing to it daily, no? Run an electric current through it, all above. This is interesting because why you can say this all above? Let's say this. Why not try everything? You fill the bucket with water and spark snow crystals and attach a small battery to run a weak current through it. You push it over to a spot under a glow light and plop your spore inside. Minus 5 kudos. So that was very good, right? Every day you rush into the classroom to check on its progress, you call saying quiet to it, Tank refuses to assist in that part, but doesn't grow. By the end of the week, your bucket is the only one with no plant at all. You don't know what you did wrong, maybe everything. Professor Hall is the point. Your experiment wasn't very scientific. If something had worked, how would you know it was? You don't even get half marks for effort. Okay, so that was bad. So now I understand why you shouldn't say all above. Okay. When you work or go to class, you'll play a quick card challenge, there you go, as the month pass. Move cards to fill the 5 panels and make the best hand you can. The order matters. Okay, showing here, if your total in the circle on the right reach the goal value, that is 10 in here, you win. Depending on your cards, some challenge can't be won, but you still get a reward for doing your best, okay? Bonus for flush, same color together, so because they are together, immediate 3, in here only 1. Bonus for pair, same number together, so 0, 0 equals to 1, 2, 2, 2 equals to 3, okay? Bonus for straight, increasing from left to right, 0, 1, 2, 4, 5 equals to 10. The more cards in a flush, pair or straight, the higher the bonus add to your total. Cards can also affect each other and can be rearranged to find the best total score, because certain cards have these effects that you can see in here that affect to each side you can see in here. Okay, so let's see. +1 skill on the brain chance to win. So we put this now like that. Like that we got super goal. Okay, win. Okay, so we gained what? +1 friendship with Tangent, 6 biology, 1 +1 reason, +15 stress. You need to be careful to gain rest to get out of this stress. Your skills increase when you work or go to school, with extra skills if you win the challenge, and a kudos bonus if you make the highest scoring hand with your cards. Working also increases stress, which prevents you from working if it reaches 100. To relieve stress, take a month off to relax in the quarter swing. Okay. Your parents have been working for first down to well after dinner every day. You know growing food is an important job and it's vital to get crops in the ground right away, but there seems to be something more than that. It's such a change from growing up on the stratospheric when you saw them all the time. You stay up and wait for them at night before going to bed. Though you can tell they are exhausted, they make an effort to spend time with you. I'm sorry we haven't seen much of you, little gooseberry, your dad says. Your mom watches you as you she works a pebble out of her gardening tiller, which also serves as a crutch. How have you been holding up? School is so boring. No, I learned some stuff in school. I'm glad to hear that, your mom says. I want you to study hard, work hard, and stay out of trouble. Your dad smiles, and Professor Hall will give you kudos if you get good grades, because we want to increase kudos this. But I didn't increase because I chose all above, and that wasn't a good choice. You can spend those at the pot once it's open. You know, says your dad, raising an eyebrow at your mom. I think there is are lots of different ways to learn, and school is just one of them. You can learn from working on a hobby or by helping a friend. Your mom shakes her head and sighs, though you can tell she's trying to put on a gentle expression. We both agree that this colony is an experiment, and that means we are going to do things different than on Earth. You are old enough now to start making your own decisions about your education future, and if that means you find your own way, we'll accept that. Your dad puts a hand on your shoulder. We'll be proud of you no matter what you do. Try talking to your friends, they may have ideas for how you can spend your time. And come by geoponics, your mom adds. We could use your help, so we can now go for geoponics. Early quiet. So now it's mid quiet, you can see in here. Because it still says quiet season, but okay, talk to friends or do other things. What is in here? Okay, this we can't do nothing here. Animal is bumping a sports ball with her wrist, trying to keep it in the air. Heads up, she shouts and bumps the ball in your direction. Think fast. Do a trick you can't do. Bounce it back. Look out, the ball is flying towards you. Now bounce it back. We gained some toughness, right? How I can see, yes, one. Yeah, it shows in here, You bounce the ball back and forth with her, trying to see how many times you can rally and keep it going. Anemone tells you about the new sports ball card, a proper regulation size card, way bigger than the little 0G one on the Stratospheric. Her brother Com is coaching the junior sports ball team this year. He's so great, she says. He's good at everything, especially spiking. He's coaching me to play awesome like him. You should come join us. So we got the unlock a sports ball in the garrison. I think it's this, right? Okay, let's play sports ball. Because I want to gain some toughness too. Okay, but we're gonna have 10 stress, okay. Animal meets you in the court, she's bouncing from one leg to another in excitement. My brother Com is organizing the youth team, she tells you. Kombucha offers you a high five in greeting, then tosses a sports ball your way. Let's start with practice game to see what you're good at. You and Anemone are team captains. Pick your team. Anemone used to practice with Cal and Mars on ship, but Tammy? You are surprised to see her here. Com will fill it in to even up the teams, but he promised to go easy on the other sides. Okay, so let's go for Mars. I'll play Spiker. Mars wants to take position. She seems like she's in for glory. Hopefully she'll want to share some of that with the rest of the team. Animal chooses Kombucha, of course. They bump fists. Your next choice. Let's go for Tammy. Cal say I should join, but I'm not very good at sports. Where should I stand? She asked quietly. You aren't sure. You assign her to tackle back and tell her to stick like glue to the opposing team's spiker. Maybe she'll get in their way instead of yours. You face off 3-on-3. So this is a toughness challenge. Story challenges are 3 rounds instead of 1. After every round, you'll keep the cards you didn't play and unlock an extra slot to play them in. Losing isn't always a bad thing in story challenge. Okay. Now I want to play in here. Okay. Next round, we need to reach 224. Let's see. Put this one. Next round. Okay, let's see what you can do in here. Draw next the card. So let's put it like this. Ah, this bad. Let's take out this one. Try to see what is the best. Damn it. So it was on the beginning, right? That wasn't the best. Let's go to this for victorious. I want to win. No skill change. Tammy tags Anemone in a brilliant takedown that surprised everyone. She really took to her role as the immovable object. So we got Kudush and a card. It's like they say, sometimes you don't need to win. Of course, I press in there to try to win, but you get some stress because you are giving an effort. You need to be careful. The score is tied with Amnon and Com putting the pressure on. Then, blam! You score the match point with a red spike all the way from the net line. You worked well this month, +1 bravery. Nice. We need to be careful with the stress. This week you had a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what somebody is about to say or do just before they do it. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. This morning you were sure Professor Hal was going to trip on the uneven floor in the cafeteria and spill his plate of hash browns. You even told Mars to watch. He didn't though. As Professor Hal walked away, his hash browns safe for today. Mars called you a liar and a dummy. At night your dreams are all mixed up with stuff that you know can't be real. You are chased by monsters the size of buildings only to be saved by strange people you never met. You are holding hands with someone you love. You are crying as you help lift a shrouded body into the colony recycler. Everything seems so familiar, but when you try to recall their face when you wake up, they are smeared in your memory like wet paint. But what if? What if those things haven't happened yet, but they will someday? Anytime you try to tell someone, they think you are playing a trick or that you are sick and need to go to medbay. You eventually decide to stay quiet about your strange dreams. Why? You don't want people to worry, you just want to be normal. Secret powers are fun. This is interesting. I don't want secret powers are fun like, but it can be good too for our use. I go for this. You start keeping a private journal on your holopalm, record the events where you remember something before it happens. You also write down your dreams when they have that feeling of being real. You like the idea of being magic and seeing the future, but some of those dreams are very scary. You hope that, like Professor Hal's ash browns, they don't all come true. Okay, now it's late quiet. Okay, we have here Tangent. Tangent is hunched over her holopalm, frowning and poking angrily at the air. She speaks without looking up at you. Professor Al wants us to prep a list of native flora with pictures. There should be a catalog on the colony holonet, but I can't find it anywhere. Plants? Tried looking outside. I'll help you find that catalog. Let's make our own list now. I'll help you. So we gain some organizing, nice. And of course, friendship. You launch your own holopalm and start searching the colony's holonet archive for a list of vertumnal plants and animals. 10 minutes later, you find it buried under survey logistics in the expedition net. Animar passes by and pulls a face at you of you. Hey, holo nerds, she shouts. School's over. Come play sports ball in sunshine. Tang rushes over her eyes. You need break soon, because I'm a little tired. I think it's in here that you can rest. Yep, relax. It's nice to take some time off to chill after all the stress of school and work, not to mention the mental toll of just living on this unpredictable planet. Looks like you are not the only one who needs some downtime. Some of the kids are also relaxing in the lounge. Approach Mars and Dees, join Carl and Tammy, sit alone. Mars and Dees. Okay, but you do stink, you hear Mars defend herself. It's not my fault that you can't tell. Maybe your nose stopped working, but the rest of us can smell it, and... She waves her hands in front of her nose and makes a spew gesture, then turns to you. It smells awful, right, Oladish? Do a sniff test. Yeah, these always need a shower. Stop being so mean, Mars. This old place smells awful on the way. In here you receive a card because you are being on the side of Mars. But I don't want to be that person like that. Do a sniff test. We lost 2 friendship with Mars. But we gain 5 loyal. You make a show of sniffing the air around this as he stands uncomfortably still. His clothes are a little dirty, but he smells fine to you. Kind of faintly, boy, like leaves and grass. You tell this to Mars. Leaves and grass, you, yes, she says, nodding. That is that what I meant. If you think that smells good, you are both hopeless. Okay, you took a month to relax. Friendship with Tammy. Do you want to forget? No. Because this is to discard some cards if you want. But it's like, that is in case then you want to have other cards, then maybe you have to do that. Clear mind, you got no stress or worries. 10% chance to get a bonus +1 when increasing skills, so this is always good. Pollen season. Okay, it is Mars. A sharp whistle interrupts your thoughts. Hey, Lolas, Mars calls out to you. Come here, I have a job for you. You walk over to Mars, who's fanning herself in the shade of the ship. It's so gross here, she complains. All this pollen, yuck. At least on ship we had climate control. Ugh. Tammy made me some soy sweets, but there's no way I'm going out there in all this weather, she continues. Since you like running around in it, could you fetch them for me? Okay. Good, Mars claps. I saw her with Cal earlier. Finally, he got her to leave the ship and go outside. I bet she's terrified. Okay, it's in here. Tam is staring oblivious at the sky, smiling to herself. She starts as you approach. Oh, hello, Lola, she says, putting her hand to her chest. Do you need something? Tammy smiles at you. Oh, it's nice of you to help out Marge. She's a very important person, you know. She hands you a box wrapped in a pink and yellow scarf. One order of mango soy seeds made fresh this morning, she says. Please tell Marge that she can have the scarf back, okay? She uses some of her kudos to nanoprint it for me because it's so dusty here, but I think I'm getting used to it now. Tammy smiles again and tucks her hair behind her big elfin ears. Marge's so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares too. So now we deliver, right? I hate them. I want half. If you want them, you gotta pay. I want half. The audacity. She glares at you and you stare back definitely. Okay, fine. She eventually relents with a small smile. You did fetch them. So we gain these cards. Can be good, I think it's a good card. You split the box of soy sweets with Mars and see to hit some with her. They are great. Tam is good baker, Mars sighs, but I wish she wasn't so scared of everything here. Sure, the weather is gross, but it's not dangerous. Oh, right, Administrator Seek looking for someone to deliver jobs for the depot, she says. I don't want to do it, cause like, you running around out there? No, just go through there, she says, gesturing to the door behind her, and tell them I refer to you. Okay, through here. Apply to deliver supplies. We can, because of organizing. Yep, we have 11. We can do this. Chief Administrator Seek greets you at the depot. They look you up and down. Loladish, you never struck me as a particularly responsible or organized, but children never are. What makes you think you'll be a good fit for the position of courier? You didn't realize there was going to be a job interview. We can use our brain, so let's go for this. Cleaning your bedroom once in a while isn't the same thing, Secret sneers. But lucky for you, you are the only applicant this week. You got the job, for now anyway. They use their elegant stylus to note this on their hologram. Come back in a few minutes and you can help make deliveries. Yes, there will be kudos in it for you if you do it correctly. Okay, unlock delivery supplies in commands. Because kudos I think is like the money for the game. So let's talk with Carl because he had to talk to. Carl is running around the geoponics guards on his overboard. The board comes to a sudden shuddering stop on the rocky ground in front of you. Carl falls off but catches his balance before he hits dirt. Hello, ladders. Real ground is way hard to over on that ship floors. There are bumps everywhere. Yeah, that sucks. Maybe overboards don't work outside. We'll have to adapt. Yep. Yeah, Calm exclaims. Things are actually way better planet side. Hovering outside is rad, look at this. He runs over to a small depression in a nearby hill and presents like it's something amazing. Look at this, it's a skate ball. Cool, can I try it? Nice, we gained some toughness. Sure, but please be careful. Mom says if I break my overbar, we can't make another one. You take turns riding around the ball, trying to get up enough speed, going down on one side to come back up the other. You don't land any tricks, it's just staying on the board with this uneven ground, but it's still fun. We have something else to do in here. You see Tammy sitting quite near the entrance to the launch. You know her for well, your whole entire life. Back on ship you used to play with her, where her study part used to tease her. You can say this, used to tease her, but used to play with her or study. Play. Tammy had the best doll collection. After her mom died, her dad used all his nano printer credits to print her a different doll every month for a whole year. Her ears perk up when she sees you. Oh, hello, Ladash, she says. Her voice is soft and dreamy, like a beam of starlight. Do you want to play dolls? No way, we are too old. Maybe late. No, I sure do. You gain one empathy, nice, and a friendship. You don't think Tammy will ever be too old to play with dolls. If anything, she has even more of them now. She takes you to her quarters and brings up out the entire Spaces Stacy doll collection, a disturbingly realistic baby with real bowel movements, and two super fancy posable dolls named Lily and Tilly, who can be programmed to move on their own. Tammy isn't very good at the programming, so Lily and Tilly just roll around awkwardly when you turn them on. You cover quickly by saying they must be breakdancing at a club. The two of you spend the afternoon making up stories of their rise to stardom as professional dancers. Okay, let's go in here. Deliver supplies. We receive a lot, look at that. Seek sends you all around the colony delivering supplies. During your first week, it's mostly small things you can carry by hand or push on a little cart, stuff like tools and electronics. Some are high priority, which means you have to move fast. So, -3 stress, always good. It's forget to yell important delivery coming through and people actually get out of the way. Okay, looking for more difficulty? This hard card challenge option will keep you on your toes. Want to focus on story? This will replace future minigames with a quick coin flip based on your age and skills. You can change either option at any time from the settings menu. Okay, interesting. Like you can skip the card challenge if you want to select in here skip card challenge and it's like a coin flip based on your age and skills, or you can play the cards. Of course, it's arts, but it's like it's a mechanic that was implemented, so I want to play it. Because if you implement something, I want to see it, I want to play it. I understand that, okay, I want to see the story too only. I understand that people can select to evade this because it's not easy to win, right? But I prefer to see all the mechanics of the game. But like they say, you can dodge that. You can go to the menu, setting menus, and say that you want to skip. Okay, so let's see. Set neighbors to this value. So wait, let's put like this. Nice. Wait, like nice. Like this is a winning. Nicely done. Brrr. Nicely done. I like the card challenge. Of course, like they say, sometimes you're gonna lose because you can't win. Of course, you can put some stress to win, but it's not. Sometimes it's not worth. You wake from afternoon nap. You squint into the pink tingle lights slanting through the windows. You must have fallen asleep in the lounge. Tammy's shadow falls across your nest of pillows. Oh, I'm sorry, Lolash, she says, giggling. I didn't mean to wake you up. It's just so nice outside, with pollen sparkling in the sunlight. I want to open the windows. You rub your eyes brilliantly. Ugh, you were having the weirdest dream. Since you are awake, you should visit the cafeteria. Auntie Sedent is making a new kind of candy. She says it's made of cotton. Isn't that weird? I have to go tidy the crash first, then I will meet you there. Save some for me, okay? Tammy skips off towards the crash, humming to herself. Go get that free candy. In the cafeteria, Auntie Sedent is cheerfully hanging out mass of pink candy, puffy and soft like clouds. All lush, she says, handing you a wand with some candy spun around the hand. Here, try some of this. We used to have it on Earth. You pull off a piece and give it a taste. It's so sweet at first that your mouth puckers. You never tasted anything so sweet and so real. It's not all like the soy sweets that the kitchen nano printer can make. It melts in your mouth, leaving a gritty residue on your tongue. Nice, pink candy, the cards. You wait until everyone is gone, but Tammy never shows up. You look down at the cotton candy in your hands. It's wilted a little from the humidity, but it's kind of like her hair. You think, pale pink and so soft. You keep some to give her later. You are relaxed in your family quarters after dinner. Your mom had to run off on some kind of council business, so you and your dad are playing a Holo game together. When you are just about ready to head off to bed, your mom returns. You can tell just from the defeated slant of her shoulders that something has gone terribly wrong. Your dad starts to ask her what happened, but she just sighs and waves him away. She sits down and takes your hand, holding it between her two strong, dirt-creased ones. Lolash, I'm so sorry to have to tell you this. She starts. Her mouth quivers as she swallows, working on her next words. There was an accident this afternoon in the crash. Your classmate Tammy has died. What? Well, what's this? In mourning, you are mourning the loss of a loved one. All schools increase reduced by 1 for 3 months, and some jobs and actions can't be performed. Whoa. I never saw this. This first time that in the demo I didn't saw this. But one thing that I want to know is, this that happened is something that is on the script of the game that happens, or you can change this? Because Tammy died now, but I don't know if it's on the script of the game that needs to happen, or you can evade this, you can dodge this doing something different. Maybe like instead of playing like with shows to play with her, if I say that I had a crush on her, she will come with us to take the candy? Could be different, right? Hmm. You try to understand her words. Tammy, dead? That's not possible. You suddenly remember the cotton candy you were saving to give Tammy. Pink and fluffy just like her hair. You put your hand in your pocket to get it, but what comes out is a sticky dark red lump of hard goo. You stare at it, your mind blank. Ask what happened. Your mom tells you as simple as possible that Tammy was killed by an electric shock from a broken holo projector. It was just an accident. You press her for more, for an explanation. A little girl is dead, someone you've grown up with, someone so much like you. She wasn't sick or anything, you just saw her this morning. She was right there. Why? Your mom's eyes are sad when she tells you, sometimes there's just no reason why. Yeah, but that's one thing that I would love to know, if it's on script or not. Or you can dot evade that to die if you say that you had a crush on her and she, instead of being on the crash, will come with us. Because now this gonna hurt me a lot. Like it's for 3 months and all skills increase reduced by 1. And some jobs and actions can't be performed. Like that hurts a lot to the player. Marcia into space looking somber. She doesn't even notice you as you come up beside her and barely reacts when you say hello. I'm thinking about Tammy, she says quietly. She used to sit down the hill there, in that spot in the sun. Every morning she'll just sit there for hours in the sun, doing nothing, just being happy. You stare down the hill to the spot near the entrance to the quarters. You can imagine her there, working on some little craft project, humming to herself. I miss her too, she was so nice to everybody. And now she's dead, Mars says, making a face. How's that for fair? Of all the people, how come it had to be my friend? You don't have an answer. You never heard Mars call Tammy her friend before. But of course she was. Tammy was everyone's scared little sister, even though she was older than most of you. Damn. Cal is sitting in your mom's flower garden with his face in his hands. He's clearly been crying all morning and probably all of yesterday too. He and Tammy were really close. Whenever you guys used to play house in the crash, Tammy was always the mommy and Cal was the daddy. Even though you were just little kids, you kind of always giggle about how obviously they were gonna be together forever, like a princess and a knight. Are you okay? At least you finally left your quartz now. I miss her too. Me too is just looking at you. You can see how puffy and red his eyes are. Me really, really too. Tamo always liked these flowers, he mumbles. Sometimes I pick some for her. He runs his hands over the pretty white flowers. Don't tell your mom, okay? Tears well up and slowly leak out of his eyes. He doesn't even blink, just stares at the flowers as the tears run down his cheeks. You try to give him some space. Damn, that's kinda harsh. Nobody to talk. Let's go for a little bit of sports ball. Okay, let's put this one. Hmm. Because set the names equal. So let's change in here. Oops. One to these. Can't win because these are not together. 9. Nice, like that I could win. Phew. Okay, nicely done. The colony is going hold a funeral for time. Do you want to attend? If you don't feel up to it, you could just skip and take the month off instead, or you could get back to work. No, of course I will attend. Come on. The cars gather in the recycle room. Bring organics down here to be recycled. Here is one of your chores, but you only come here for a funeral twice. Both times the colonists had passed away from natural causes during the 20-year long journey from Earth. This is the first time there has been a funeral on Vertumna, and the first time for someone you actually knew. The mouth of the organics recycler has been polished and the wreath of yellow flowers placed over the opening. Inside you can see shroud figure, Tammy's small, fragile body. Tammy's dad, Uncle Tony, is here as well as your parents and antecedent and the rest of the council. Cal is here with his mom and her parents, already crying in their arms. The room is packed with people and the feeling of grief is so thick you can taste it in your mouth. Governor Eldicott stands before the assembled crowd. There are no words to ease the pain we feel today, she begins solemnly. There is only the sad company of those of us left behind to share the burden of that grief. Tammy was our child, she continues, one of the first humans to be born in space and the first to die on an alien planet. In her short life, she exemplified the very arc of human accomplishment, bending hopefully towards life beyond our humble Earth. She is the first of us who can truly call Vertumra home. Her passing was as senseless as it was sudden. Losses like these are impossible to hold within oneself, a painful reminder that life is impossible, precious, and fragile. But they also remind us, as always, that as a community we are capable of great strength. Eldicott closed the door to the recycler. You hear Uncle Tony stop over the hum of the particle disintegrators begin their work. As a community, we remember Tammy. As a community, we return her body to the soil that nourished us. In this way, Tammy, our child from the stars, will never truly be lost to us. The ceremony is adjourned, but a few people stay back to console Uncle Tony as he keeps vigil over the recycle. Cal and Uncle Tony hold each other and weep openly. No mom stays behind to receive Tammy's remains. As the head of Geoponics, she'll be responsible for adding them to the colony's precious supply of brown soil from Earth. Your dad accompanies you out of the recycling room. He clears his throat. I want you to know that you don't need to be okay. he says, clasping his warm hand on your shoulder. If you want to take the rest of the month off, everyone's going to understand. Of course, I'm gonna take the month off because I have a lot of stress, so it's better to take a month off. Late pollen. Like that to restore a little bit of stress. The prospect of just going back to school like everything is normal is too much to handle. You end up spending the whole month alternating between sleeping, scrolling the HoloNet and staying to the space. It's restful, at least, and everyone gives you the time you need to process Tammy's death. Early dust. So we don't have nobody to talk because when they don't have the balloon means that you don't have nobody to talk. Right? Let me always check. Yeah. But our mom has something. You find your mom hard at work setting up the greenhouse with a small construction crew. You have seen these plants pinned to the wall of your family's quarters for years now. These geodesic domes will house the more delicate plants from Earth, spinach, tomatoes, maybe even fruits. She takes a swig from her canteen as you approach. Looking for stuff to do? She asks. Remember, Lodge, you are responsible for your own schedule now that we have landed. You can decide how to spend your time, so long as it's productive. She points towards the engineering wing in the back half of the stratospheric severe frame. The first house still expects you in class, but a well-rounded education includes practical application. You are old enough to help with the work around here. She claps her hand on your shoulder. I got another minute. Anything you need to know? What's up, engineer? Can I join expeditions? Oh, you are too young to leave the colony. It's dangerous. She shakes her head. Your father will be worried. There's so much we still don't know about the world out there. Let the adults find out, then maybe you can join them in a few years, when you are older. She gives you a stern look. She isn't going to budge on this one. For now, stay inside the walls. Okay. You see this sitting on the ground beside some bush. Is he hiding from somebody? He seems to be watching the gate in the wall to the south, where grown-ups are coming and going. Kids are not allowed past the walls, he says quietly, without looking up. They say there's nothing to be afraid of, but then why do we need walls? You stare at the gate and have a sudden rush of memories so strong that you think you might faint. You imagine something crashing through the wall, something enormous and dark and wrinkled. For years in space, you have had half-remembered nightmares of monsters, of your ship being destroyed, of sifting through wreckage that used to be your home, trying to find something. Your dad always told you the dreams weren't real. Breaking you from your daydream, these whispers. I think there are monsters out there. I believe you. Stop making things up. My dad says there's nothing bad out there. No, I believe you. No, you don't. He says, you're being sarcastic, I can tell. Nobody believes me. He turns his back and ignores you. They are huge and real and dangerous. Stop making fun of me. Ah, okay, he doesn't believe. Like, we know there is, but he doesn't believe. That's kinda sad. Lola Stangon says, approaching you with purpose. We need to discuss my brother. Who, this? Yes, this, she says impatiently. I need to figure out where he's been disappearing. Ever since we land, I barely see him anymore. He doesn't even come to home at night sometimes, and she trails off and looks at her feet. Well, I'm not on very good terms with my brother of late, but people are becoming worried. You get the feeling Tang is the one who's worried, but she doesn't want to admit. I'll find out. I'll talk to him. He probably won't tell you, Stangen says angrily. Newton's apple, she swears. He won't even talk to me anymore. She sighs. You may have to follow him. I would, but everyone in the lab will know I was gone. No one cares where he goes during the day. Okay, we need to talk with this. We know where he is, so. You tell this that he sees Tangat wants to know where he's been disappearing off to. His eyes flit briefly to yours. Then he stares vaguely off towards the engineering wing where he sees his reading on her hollow palm between class. He doesn't say nothing. Serious worry about you, but tell me or else. He's like, need friendship with these 10. Damn, that will be hard. She's worried about you. She doesn't care about me, he says slowly. Tangent's just worried she'll get in trouble if I don't come home one day. He scowls and picks at the hem of his sweater. She doesn't care about anything but her schoolwork. You better tell me or else. You better tell me. This look down a patch of bubble buds sprouting from a crack in the wall is Grum's. I don't have to tell you, he says quiet. Just leave me alone. Damn it. Couldn't have nothing to tell her. I can't need a 20 reason. It's like it's not easy to have certain things to do. Okay, let's go for the study humanities. Welcome, Elias. I hope you are well home. Okay, this safe thing. It's like it shows that to do certain things you need friendship or a certain stats. It's not easy. Okay, let's see in here. I don't want to put in there like that. Nice. Done. Friendship with Tangent because she likes we do this. It's time for Vertumnalia. Eldicott and the Cos have called a festival to celebrate life here on the planet Vertumna. Everyone gathers in the colony square to hear Governor Eldicott's speech. In Earth's history, Eldicott begins and then clears her throat and waits for everyone to quiet down. In Earth's history, Vertumna was known as the god of seasons, change, gardens, and fruit. It's no coincidence that our forebears of the Vertumna project chose to take on such an auspicious name in the hopes of seeding future bountiful seasons of humanity. We will continue this Easter edition of Vertumnalia, a midsummer festival to celebrate our Vertumna, this lush planet upon which we find ourselves today. Clap. We gain loyalty, disloyalty, and rebellion. Everyone cheers and applauds. The members of the council get up on stage, one at a time, to give their own short speech. Governor Ellicott announces each one. Okay, you can see who is the chief of each place, okay. When it's your mother Flulu's turn, she announced that tonight you'll be eating some of the very first crops grown from Vertunan soil. Your eyes go to the feast table. Aboard the Stratosphere, it will have been mostly soy-based food from the nanoprinters, spiced up with what precious fruits and vegetables could be grown in small growing bays. This year, the earth plants look even less robust than usual, but they are supplemented by some Vertunan plants you have come to appreciate: juicy watat pods and bobber fruits, and slabs of edible fungi. Eldicott takes the stage after everyone on the council has said their piece. What is a fest without festivities? She asks. Professor Hall and Security Chief Het have organized a three-part competition for the kids. Good luck, children. Which one do you join? Whoa, if I had strength or toughness, but wrestling? If I had creativity, talent show, I can only go for science fair. Damn it. Tangent competes, of course, entering her study of the ship's hydro-recycling system. It was previously used to make urine drinkable, but she offers that it could now be turned to new use. Despite how many times she says the word pee, it's still boring, but she put a lot of effort into it. Your turn to go next. The judges are all very interested in what you bring to compete against Tangent. Okay, present your project. Reasoning arts. Okay. Uh, I can't. So let's do like this. Next round. Oof. Okay, let me see. Hmm. Nice. Whew. Nicely done. Victorious! Reasoning. You work hard on your project. It's a baking soda and vinegar volcano with a twist. You grind up a native rock as the soda part and use the juice from a native plant for the vinegar part. Your dad helped with the idea, just a little though. So we received Science Fair Champion, this card, it's a 5. Stats Popular, Popular, you are a winner, everyone wants to be your friend. Kudos double for 3 months. Not bad. And true friendship with Tangent. Nice. And we got minus 50 stress. Nicely done. After fests are over, everyone takes time off for a much needed break. During the first heat of dust, a few days rest is exactly what you need. You feel refreshed. Because it's early dust, it needs you everyone rests. Interesting. That's interesting that because it was early dusts. Okay, mid dusts. But this clear mind, okay. Let's see if we have someone to talk. If not, we go do other jobs. There's nothing. Can't do nothing here. Aha, Mars has something. You know, Lodge, you are right. Mars says as you approach. You blink at her, trying to figure out what she means. You are alright. What? At your stunned sense, Mars laughs and tosses her hair over her shoulder. You are alright, she repeats. You actually have a good taste, unlike all these other nerdheads. Ever since we landed, it's been help with these Mars, and don't waste resource on that Mars, it's boring. At least you understand the importance of sophistication. You shoot the breeze with Mars a bit long. At some point, he skulks out of the living quarters as to pass by you both, clearly trying not to draw your attention. Ugh, where is he going now? Mars mutters to you, then raises her voice so this can hear. Try not to get eaten by the aliens, she calls out to this. If you die out there, they can't use your body for fertilizer. Don't be a waste. Yeah, I get lost this. I guess it's a little weird. Shut up, Mars. This is cool. No, I'm gonna say it's a little bit weird. This scurries towards the wall, not looking back. It's not about being weird. It's just like he never wants to do anything with us. Doesn't he know he's making himself an outcast? We're all stuck here together, so like get it together. This, you know. Mars look at their nails. He doesn't care about contributing to the colony or being popular or earning kudos or anything important. What do you contribute, Mars? Mars laughs and puts her hands on her hips. I contribute plenty, and you know it, Lolas. People need someone to tell them what to do, don't they? Okay, that's kind of weird. Like, she's like cocky children. Like, I know everything. Nothing to do. Okay, let's go to class. Can take chance to go to class. In here. Deliver supply. Club President Mars brings the meeting to order. Tang, Vice President of Writing Down Secrets, records the meeting notes on her holopal. As Vice President of Fun Ideas, it was your job to come up with something for the club to do today. You chose making friendship bracelets and brought all the supplies you'll need. Today, Mars announced, we're gonna make friendship bracelets, and I have even better idea. We're gonna sell them to people for kudos. That isn't really how kudos are supposed to be used, but Mars is hard to argue with sometimes. The three of you spend the afternoon braiding bracelets out of recycled bits of wire and bright plastic backing straps. Your hearts aren't really in it, though all three of you know that Tammy would have been much better at this than you. Making friendship bracelets was one of her favorite things. She was always giving them to people and didn't expect anything in return. It's eventually Mars who calls the meeting early. She takes all your misshapen bracelets and looks at them dubiously. I don't know if people will want to trade their coolage for these, but I'll do my best. I'll put the coolage in the club treasury. Meeting adjourned. You ask Tangent if she thinks Mars is actually going to sell them. I think so, Tang tells you. But the club doesn't even have a treasury. She'll probably just keep the coolage for herself. She doesn't seem to care. Okay, let's see what you can do. Like this. It's already done. Easy. Okay. Not tired yet. Still need a lot to do. So latest. Like that is to do some handwork. In here, that's I think this is our home, right? No, yeah, it's our home because it's our mother that is on geoponics. So shovel dirt. It's your first day in the glorious world of agricultural soil convenience. Good morning, Lois. Looks like you are working for your old lady. I hope you don't expect me to go on easy on you just because you are my son. She walks you around the geoponics wing and points out where everything is. Your job is to move sod, compost, plants, garden waste, and equipment from one place to another. Get comfortable with these, she says, pushing a quick, old-fashioned wheelbarrow towards you. Now, any questions before you start moving that dirt? Don't we have machines for this? Where do I move it again? Now, let's get to work. That's my way, your mom says, slapping you on the back. You stumble a little. Get stress, of course, but you get one toughness. Your arms start to itch after the first half of our hour of work, but you keep going. By the end of the month, you feel utterly drained and exhausted. And good somehow, you can feel your muscles growing already. Yes. Ooh, only muscle. Let's see, you can put like this. It's not good. I need to find a way to do better. Nice. More coach. So we gain with him in here. Early wet because it's raining. There's nothing to talk. Okay, we have these to talk. It's pouring rain and everyone trying to stay dry under the grass-roofed palapas. Everyone except this. Often this over at the wall near the sports ball field is definitely sulking. Quite follow him? Ah, but I can't. I need 15 and I have 9 only. Tell someone. We gain loyalty and persuasion. You tell Security Chief Head that you saw this up to no good around behind the garrison. He stood distracted trying to put buckets and various leaks in the roof to pay much attention. Thank you, Lolach. I'll check it out later. He says, waving you off. If there's danger to the colony, one of the lookouts will catch it. You are not so sure. You know this is very good at hiding when he doesn't want to be found. But why he doesn't want to be found? That's kind of weird, right? Tangent is watching a construction crew build scaffolding for the new engineering pavilion. They are using mushwood, which is so light that one person can easily lift a 10-meter long pole and stack it into place. She points toward them. Human beings are so great, don't you think? Before we land, this wall was just dirty jungle. Now it's civilization. I'll be learning about adaptability in writing and biology class. The books say it's what sets us apart from the animals. Like we don't need fur because we can make warm clothes, and if it's too hot we can make air conditioners instead. If we add biology, yeah, I don't have a lot. Yeah, totally. Maybe the animals have neat adaptations. Can say this. Towns roll our eyes at you, maybe, but even if they can. I haven't seen any sign of intelligent life here. It's just those big dumb xenofauna. Some animals are smart and friendly. Dan looks skeptical. They are still animals, Lolaj. Maybe they are just pretending to be nice so you'll feed them. You are lucky that it didn't eat you. She folds her arms. The orb's mouth looks cute, but one can eat through a bag of rice in less than 30 minutes. Even an herbivore can be dangerous here. It doesn't have to want to hit you to be able to hurt you. Together you watch a foreman puts the blueprints for the scaffolding onto the floating screen of her holopalm and raise it to the scaffolding to check their progress. I would like to see an alien to do that, Tanj says primly. Humans look defenseless and weak, but we are the strongest species in the galaxy. Who else can literally bend reality to their will? Not a stupid alien, that's for sure. She puts one finger to her chin. I'm living proof that humanity is greater than our biology, she says. All of us are really, with our genetic countenance. We are the next step in humanity's evolution from great ape to galactic superspecies. Okay. You don't have nothing else. Okay, you can't go in here to get more strength. Sports ball! Mars may not be a skill as sportsball player as anymore, but she plays hard. She orders people around like a team captain, but she isn't so great at passing the ball. She'd rather be the star. Her favorite thing is to spike the ball right into the opposing net's top body. It's not a legal move, but she's done it so many times that the opposition now stands further back when Mars has the ball, which is that what she wants. Did you see that? An Monaco plays to you during a break. Mars won't pass the ball to either of us for 10 whole minutes. Someone has to do something. Anemon looks at you questioningly. Okay, we can use this because we have this persuasion, right? Yes. Ah, true friendship that you lost with her. Damn it. You pull Mars aside before the second down. When you explain that she needs to change her behavior, she gets defensively and angry, but she seems to understand what you're saying. Fine, fine, she says. I get it. If I hog the ball and don't pass it to players who are worse than me, they will never get better. I guess you have a point. But we get kudos. Of course, I gain 20 because I have the popular trait, so Mars tries your teamwork theory out and the three of you sweep the floor with the other team. She does a fairly good job of actually being team captain too, encouraging you and Anemon to play your best. Turns out Mars likes winning even more than she likes being the one with the ball. Okay. Nice area 1. Easy because I had 4. Easy. For yellows, it was easy to win. You are having a terrifying familiar dream, a monster crashing through the walls, unfathomably large, every part of it wriggling and moving and searching for something. It tramples through the colony as you watch helplessly. Time shifts to the wreckage of your home. You are peeking through it, looking for something, tears streaking down your dust-covered face as you lift every piece of debris searching. Wake up shouting, "No!" But your voice is drowned out by a deafening rumble from the skies outside. The bedroom window is covered in water? It's pouring down from the clouds. You guess this must be rain, but you have never experienced it before. There's a bright flash from outside, then another crack and rumble. Thunder. It must be thunderstorm. It's still the early hours of the morning. You have already almost forgotten your bad dream, but you are too unset to go back to sleep yet. The rain beats down on the roof of your quarters, joined now and then with great peals of thunder like the footsteps of angry beasts. Hide under the covers until it's over? No. Run outside and play in the rain? Go to your parents' comfort? No. Outside and play. We get rebellion and -5 stress. It's surprisingly warm outside and the water feels nice hitting your head. Everything smells fresh and damp and wonderful, and the dusty packed ground has turned to squelchy mud between your toes. You don't go too far from the door to your quarters, but it's exciting being outside in the dark, watching dramatic streaks of lightning arc down to the hills behind the colony, because you can see the resemblance of this game with that game that you have to go to school and then you need to see what job you're gonna get. You can see the resemblance, but one is like equal to real life and it is uh, like sci-fi because you are on space, right? You are on other planets, and then of course choice affect the game. And that's a good thing. I like that when games put choice that affect story. I think it's always a good thing. Okay, we don't have nobody to talk, so let's go in here. Do more shovel. Okay, let's go to work. Only 9. Okay, let me see. Not good because it's not... let me only trade in here. No, doesn't work like that, so take out everything. like that. Nicely done, another victory! Of course, the choice that you do it's gonna be different always. So you can see that in terms of replayability for the game, it's there is a lot of replayability, and not only that, there is it's long the game, and that's one thing that's good. Of course, you can say, but people will get tired, right? Because you need to play a lot of hours. Yes, but I think like the further you go, you're gonna see a lot. Like you're gonna see your characters growing up, and more things will happen because then you can go outside of the village, right? So it's immediately gonna be different, but it takes some time. You are looking for Cal in the garden when you nearly trip over someone else, one of younger kids, and they are blindfolded? Hey, they exclaim, ripping the blindfold off their face and throwing it to the ground. It's Sirus, one of Anemon's brothers. He glares at you. All was almost done. Cal jogs over and grabs Sirius in a friendly headlock, ruffling his messy red hair. Dude, you were so close. Sirius stamps his feet. So not fair. I almost got it that time. Lolash got in my way. It's not his fault, Cal says. He didn't know we were playing a game. Give me a sec, I wanna teach him how to play. Cal turns to you as Sirius leaves. Sorry, Lolash, he says sheepishly. I was teaching Sirius a new game, but it's more like Anemone than I thought. Really competitive, you know? He stoops to pick up the blindfold, brushing off the dirt. I've been trying to come up with different kinds of games others and sports ball. He says, no winners or losers, I just wanna have fun with my friends. Cal looks at you hopefully. Do you wanna learn how to play? Yes, of course. Cal's smile looks like it's gonna stretch right off his face. Radical, he shouts, jumping up and down with excitement. Okay, so first put on these blindfolds. The blindfold is a little scratchy and smells like dirt. You can feel Cal's big hands on your shoulders. I'm gonna spin you around, and when I let go, you gotta listen to my instructions. We are gonna walk all the way to the cafeteria, okay? You know you can't see Cal's grin, but you can hear it in its voice as he spins you around and counts to 10. 1, 2, 3. First, Cal says, you gotta walk toward 10 steps. Do you follow Cal's instructions as best as you can, or make things difficult for him? Make him work for it, or do your best. Now, do your best. You take 10 steps straight forward, holding your hands out for balance. The rock dirty between the guards' beds crunch under your feet. Yeah, Cal says. Now turn to your right and take 15 steps until you get to the door. Get it right. You turn to the right and walk forward, counting out 15 steps. When you stop, Cal laughs. You can hear his footsteps crunching behind you. I forgot how much bigger I am than you. You are like 2 more steps away. You take 2 more steps until your outstretched hands land on the warm metal of the door. Success! Awesome, Cal says. You can't help but smile. This is fun. Now hit the door button on the right and then keep walking forward until I stop. Go really slowly, okay? You open the door and start to walk forward. The path slopes downwards and your feet slip a little bit, even though you are moving as slow as you can. Real dirt is nothing like the metal floors of stratospheric. It's too rocky here, Cal says. You can feel uneasiness prickle up the back of your arms. Just keep going forward slowly. So we can't because empathy, you need 20, I only have 11, so I can only choose this. You try to do as you are told, but after a few steps, your foot knocks against a sharp root and you fall forward, catching yourself on your hands and knees. Ouch. You tear off the blindfold as a sudden rush of tears flood in your eyes. Cal's beside you in an instant, kneeling on the rocks. Are you okay? Yes. You look down at yourself, your knees and hands are pretty scraped up, and your pride is bruised. But other than that, you're okay. Cal helps you stand up. I'm so sorry, Lolaj. I'll be better helper next time. He asks if you want to get some water juice at the cafeteria instead. You spend the rest of the afternoon brainstorming more games where there are no winners or losers. Yeah, but see the difference. If I have more empathy in there, it will be different. That's what makes like what will happen in there. What will be different in there, right? Like, and that's what makes the game then to like, okay, let me do certain things different. So I want to know in here, can I buy something with my kudos? No. It's only to relax. I don't need to relax yet. No. Let's go in here. Study life science now. This week is in biology class. We are learning about predators and prey. Yes! Let's see the movie. Prey. Let's see. Tanks ants shoots up. They hop away very quickly. That's why we call it hop high. Hal nods. That's true, but not what I was getting at. Tanks stammers and look upset, like she can't believe she got something wrong. Hal scans the class again. Anyone else? Loladash? So if you had animals, it's like I don't know how to obtain. You could say this: they fly. Use timer after being put on the spot and say the first thing that comes to mind. That might work, I'll mouse, but hop highs don't have wings. He gestures out to the picture of one right in front of you on the holo projector. You feel pretty dumb. They jump their feet to warn other hop high in the area. Then they hop away very quickly. So if we add animals, we'll give the correct answer. But because I don't have, we don't give the correct answer. But it's debatable because they don't have they don't know very well because they need to do some search. Wow, we lost true friendship with Tangent because we got almost correct. Okay, you look over to see Tangent smirking at you. We both got it wrong, but she still thinks she's better than you. Because we're wrong. Okay. She isn't a very good friend, I have to say. Super goal! You want always this super goal to get better. You can see the points and everything. You want that. Oh, I'm not no popular anymore. The days have been getting short, with only the yellow sun barely skimming the horizon. One morning you wake up in the dark as I have to check your holoplum to know what time it is. You see a holo stream from Mars. Good morning to all my pals, if you can even call it morning. They named it glow season because like everything is crazy glowing out there in the dark. I'm staying the heck inside for next month. What's the point in even going out if you can't see anything? It's going to be a long boring month. Yeah, hella dull. You give my stream a thumbs up and peek out the window. The home wall looks huge out there and everything is spooky and gloomy. No Peroni, that's way sketch. You'll be staying close to your quartz, thanks. After Mars messages a notice from the council warning everyone to stay safe inside. Tam is dead and the other surveyors have been called back and the gates closed for the month. There's tension in the air as if everyone is waiting for something. Late wet. Glow now. Glow says, whoa, look at this. That's kinda cool. I like that. It's like graphic style, like the artwork of the garage, everything. They are cool. They did a really good job for an indie team. But I don't have nobody to talk. Why? Like you don't have that to talk. I can't do nothing with this because it needs toughness. But I'm going to school. It doesn't seem dangerous. Rebellion. She narrows her eyes. What you should be afraid of here is me if you don't do what I say, Lodge. We don't know what's out there this time of year, so you and the other kids are going to keep your butts in shape. As you walk away and are just out of earshot, you hear her mumble, stars, it is beautiful though. Let's see here. If we can do something. No, we can't do nothing. Because I think it's empathy. So we don't have nothing. So I can go and rest. Can take the chance to rest a little bit. I think it's the best thing to do. I could take out these cards because it's a 0, but no, I'm not gonna do that. It's daytime when the emergency sirens start up. Well, what passed for day is still near pitch black except for an eerie green twilight glow on the horizon. You look toward the gates. They are open. Wait, they shouldn't be open. Uh-oh, stressed. The alert blares out of every speaker in calling. It's the same one you should use it for hull breach and fires, and in space it meant you were supposed to go to the nearest emergency shaft and put on a spacesuit. On Vertumna it means to go to an assembly point and wait for instructions. The closest assembly point is the children's crash, but from the opposite direction you hear shouting and loud popping noise. Gunfire. Is the colony under attack? No, go help fight. More rebellion, stress of course, gained memory, bravely helping to fight, and gain stats heroic. Heroic, you still pumped from the last attack, plus 1 12 physical skill increase for 3 months, nice. And you take chance to do this more to gain more physical skills. You'll try your best to be brave and fight back. First you dodge some helpful grown-ups who point you back to the crash. Then you head outside to get your bearings. You can hear yelling from upstairs to command and a commotion to southeast at geoponics where your parents are working. Go to geoponics. Your parents are fed the greenhouse from a pack of knee-high creatures which seem to have eyes growing all over their bodies. Their oily fresh ripples with a constant subtle motion as individual eyes blink one at a time, incessantly. You can't tell which end is which with these horrible things. Cal is standing nearby, wide-eyed. He slowly picks up a shovel and moves beside you. He reluctantly holds the shovel in front of himself like a weapon. Easy doggies, he whispers. We don't want to hurt you. Get out of here, both of you. Run, your mom shouts, attracting the pack's attention. All except one arm, which moves straight towards you and Carl. Fight or figure out what he wants. Yeah. Empathy. Let's go for this. You look into his many eyes and see fear. This creature is scared of you. To cause amazement, you crouch down to try to look less threatening and choose two eyes at hand to look into, to communicate with. You start to reach out a hand, but the creature is trembling. Staring into its eyes has made it even more frightened than before. It pouts. Defend yourself. 27. Okay. Next round. Okay. Golden Twin in there. In here. Nice. Super goal. Because you can win earlier, but if you don't win, you need to go to other rounds. Nice. Combat. Finally we win some combat. Kodos and another card facing the Eye Beast. It's like this, the monster. You kill it with nothing but a rack, but thrust deep into several of the creature's many eyes. The rest of the pack scampers off the moment it falls. You never killed anything before. The body of the creature that was so terrifying a minute ago now looks strangely small and harmless. All of its eyes have closed for good now. Cal crouched beside it in shock. I told you to run, Lolash. Uh-oh, your mom looks furious that you put yourself in danger. She storms over and you think she's going to slap you. Then suddenly she pulls you into her arms and hugs you. She keeps rocking you and saying, my baby, over and over. It's pretty surreal, almost as weird as the dog thinks with the eyes, honestly. After 2 weeks of darkness with the blue sun barely skimming the horizon, it begins to move higher in the sky and daytime returns. The council admits they don't know how the gates were opened or the creatures got in. Some of the attacking creatures were once thought to be docile, others were species nobody had seen before. It was like something had driven them to assault the colony. At least nobody was killed this time. Thank God that nobody died. Early quiet. Childhood is fleeting. The game will end when you reach age 20. There you go. So you should focus on a few skills to improve and friends to spend time with. Use the skills and friends buttons at top left of the screen to keep track of them. Good luck. Okay, so we are already at start age 11. 11 years old that we have. What they are saying is seeing here friends to see how the friendship with them you are. But you can see that you can have more people. You need to know how to find them. What we need to do more, something to refer. Nah, we can't do nothing for now because they require a lot, because you need to learn. You can't do too because 20, organizing. We found out what it is. So is animals, okay. Is biology. I don't have a lot. Because I understand why they want you to have a lot of these things because you to go to school. Okay, so it's physical, so let's go for physical things. You run into Carl and Anemone on the hill behind the garrison at a small construction site. They seem to be throwing logs. There are a bunch of them lying at the bottom of the hill. It's a cabotage, Anemone shouts to you, then grunts with the effort of lifting a 6-meter long mush tree pole. She throws it like a javelin down the hill and sprints after it. My best record, she shouts and ties a piece of caution tape to the end of the pole. Your turn next, Carl says, pointing to a neatly stacked pile of construction poles beside you. From the looks of the nearby construction, they are probably destined to be a new lookout tower someday. Choose a thick and heavy one. You get bravery. Challenge mode. Wee-hoo, wee-hoo. Carl makes a noise like a siren. He shouts down to Aaron, Lola's gonna throw a big gun, so you better get out of the landing zone. The pole is actually that heavy, but its length makes it hard to balance. You struggle to get underneath it with your knees bent. It's going to be tough. Okay, it's art. Challenge. Card becomes a physical. Okay. Put in here. Card becomes physical, so we can do like this. Card becomes physical. As you get old, challenges can have conditions. The challenge, so it's social, mental, or physical, determines what conditions can appear and which desk will work best. Try to collect social, yellow cards if you want to win battles for social skills, empathy, persuasion, creativity. Okay. Damn it, can't win like this. Because I think I did something wrong in there. Yeah. Damn it. And stress you couldn't. Fuck. You fumble your throw. Yeah. Damn it. Didn't work very well. It's not easy, like, of course, like, I think I was going to be, I knew it will be hard because it's a hard challenge, but because I'm here to earn physical skill, could work. So much happened in the last month since the most attack during Glow. The idea of this planet as a peaceful utopia has been shattered. The security squads are training new members and keep close watch on the gates now. They are reinforced the walls and even install a few robotic turrets. In class, you have drills on what to do if the colony is attacked again. In Alex's side, we forgot today was your birthday. Your parents are not forgotten. They wake up you early with enthusiastic shouts of surprise! A virtual year is only a little longer than a year on Earth, so you take up its calendar for birthdays. Yours in the second month of quiet. Spark now drifts slowly past your porthole window as you snuggle with your dad. Your mom climbs up too and sits on the edge of your bed. We received this card, Bobber Fruit. +1 to a card, change sweet to intelligence, okay? Yoda pulls a ball of fruit from behind his bag with a flourish like a magic trick. At least you think it's a fruit. What are those? Bobber fruit, Yoda grins. The foragers I've been picking these just outside the walls. They might look funny, but they are tasty. Try one. You take a cautious bite. The pulp is soft and tastes a bit like lemon, only more blue. I bet you can't wait to join surveyors out there, your dad says wistfully. Who knows what else you'll find? Laws is not allowed outside the gates, your mom interrupts, her voice sharp. It's too dangerous for kids. Well, I know, but eventually, your dad says, but your mom cuts him off again. But not now, your mom replies. Not since the attack, not with everything we know is out there now. You knew about the monster, admit it. Now I help, I was the hero. Don't even start, your mom snaps. You should have been in the crash with the others, not put yourself in danger for no reason. You don't get it. You know your mom wasn't a farmer back on Earth, she was a fighter too. She's such a hypocrite. Even still, your mom says, it's clear that everyone should know how to defend themselves if it happens again. To be clear, this includes knowing when to run away, your dad adds. Security Chief Hats offering self-defense lessons at the garrison, even for kids. If you are interested, you should drop in sometimes. Unlock defense tray in the garrison. Your mom gives you a stern look, and I heard stories of kids sneaking outside the walls, she says gravely. If I catch you doing that, I'm going to put a chip in your ear. You laugh, what a good joke. Your mom doesn't laugh. What me? Never. Yeah, you better never, your mom retorts, crossing her arms. Okay, so now we have a new lesson to do. Okay, we have an Anom in here. So then I trap it in my room. Anemon says, telling you all about the bug she saw in her quarters. Its wings were as big as my hand, and it had feelers like whoa! It was bossing all over the place, like boing, boing, boing. She gestured excitedly, swinging her arms over her head. The bugs here are so big, and they were everywhere. I was gonna give it to Tang, she says. She loves gross bug stuff, but she say I should just let it go because if it stung me, I might get weird mutant powers. I mean, other than the one I already have. And I want to see if I got more weird mutant powers. So I start jumping around off higher and higher things until I was jumping off the back of the ship and I got in so much trouble. But it wasn't even that high. She stops in her tracks. Hold on, she says, stooping to rub irritably at her knees for probably the 100th time in the past 5 minutes. Ah, I'm gonna die. I bust up my knees and it's so itchy when my scales grow in. Annie, don't pick at it. Chief Tower Anson's voice rings out across the garrison yard, pleasant but firm. It instantly transports you back to being in the ship crash, tugging on her skirts and calling her auntie. Anima jumps and stands up straight, her hands flying to her sides. But Mom, Anemone whines, digging her fingers into her knees as Auntie Sedent approaches you both. It's so scratastically itchy. I know, lovely. Auntie Sedent soothes her, patting down her riotous head hair. But the more you pick at it, the thicker your scales are going to grow in. Anemone tucks her hands under her armpits to keep from scratching. What if I wanna have cool scales? She pouts. Auntie Sid smiles indulgently. At the rate you are going, I'm sure you'll be covered in them before you know it. No need to rush. Animal's skin is dotted with patches of protective blue-green scales that grow in whenever she gets a cut or scrap. She rubs the patch on her jaw indignantly, the one she got when she ran headfirst into the food synthesizer back on ship. Learn Anemone Augment. Auntie Sad opens her schedule and pulls out a bundle of clothes. The queue for the nanoprint is over a week long, so I patch your pants with scraps from your brother's clothing. Please try not to put any more holes in them, or yourself, okay? She hands the clothes to Anemone and kisses her on her forehead. Anemone sticks out her tongue and gag. Yuck. Anemone evaluates the clothes as her mom walks away. Galactic, she breathes as she runs her fingers over the odd color patch. Then, right there in the middle of the yard, she unashamedly squirms out of her pants and pulls on the new ones. Whoa, I look like a fighter jet from the Olush, she exclaims, showing off her new pants, like when they would stencil your kill count on your plane. Or like a real cool scar. Animal grins, yeah, you get it. My pants are scarred just like me. Okay, nothing to do, to talk. Okay. Let me take chance because we still have more to gain more physical. So take a chance. DPS training, there you go, I want this. You turn your first session of Security Chief Head Self-Defense class. It's a small class, most security officers are other adults. You and everyone are the only kids. She gives you a wink and a cheesy thumbs up as you listen to Head's rant about how everyone in the colony needs to learn self-defense. You could be walking along thinking you are safe with the walls, and a flying animal could swoop out of the sky. Then what you'll do? Red chops the air with his hand. I'll tell you what you are going to do. You're going to chop that beast right in the throat. Yeehaw! He points at the sample class, but only if you learn what I'm going to teach you. And the only way to learn is by doing. Who wants to volunteer for a demonstration? Step forward. You got bravery, okay? Seriously doesn't scare you, so you pretend. Red is like the biggest adult you know, and he's so intense. You step forward and Red nods as he crouches down. Okay, he says, I'm a manticore, stalking you through the forest. What you do? Let me only drink a little bit. Okay, I kick it in the face. Ah. You try to kick Red as he approaches you, easily grabs your foot and flips you onto the mat. Ouch. Wrong. Use your brain, lollards. The first thing you do is call for help, then you run. Red grabs your forearm and hauls you off the ground. Only engage with them when there is no other alternative. No one walks away from a fight without getting hurt, so the first rule of self-defense is to not put yourself in situations where you need to fight. Hanemon still thinks you are cool for acting tall. She gives you another thumbs up. Once you learn your situational awareness, you'll move on to hand-to-hand self-defense, drawing on a variety of martial arts. Only when I'm confident you are ready will we advance to weapons. There aren't that many weapons in the colony, mostly stun gloves and batons with a few plus rifles. You hope you don't have to use them, but it will be good to know. Okay, in there we needed first to choose to run. Okay. So what is +1 to card change to... Okay. Uh, okay, let's put like this. Yeah, it's not super goal. Okay. I need to go to rest. I have one under already. Because we get tired. Let's go rest. Relax. You look around the lawn, some friends are here. Tangent, because we lost some friendship with her. Tangent is quite reading her Palm. You plop down beside her and ask her what she's reading. Multicellular biology, she says, frowning at the interruption. If you insist or sit near me, you could at least do it quietly. Okay, and reasoning. No problem, you open your palm and find a textbook of all Earth poetry to read. It's never a bad idea to do a little independent study. Though she's a little prickly. You can tell time appreciates the company. I don't want to take out one of these cards, they are good. If it was one like with 0, I will take out. Okay, so now we don't have more to get strength. More physical skill to be faster. But we have how much? 18. Okay. Our father, we have to speak with him. You meet your dad adjusting a watering pot in your mom's flower garden. He's having a sneezing fit, his eyes running and red. You are alarmed, you never seen him look sick before. People were hardly ever ill on stratospheric, except sometimes when the 0G rooms made them quiz. Not to worry, my little beanstalk, he says nasally. I'll be fine, it's just this pollen making my head a little stuffy. He wipes his nose with a handkerchief and looks around. Everywhere you turn, the air is soapy and tinged with pink from all the floating pollen. On Earth, your dad tells you, we used to call this hay fever. Even though it had nothing to do with hay, your mom cuts in carrying a large bouquet of flowers. The native flowers seem to be in full bloom this time of year. She buries her nose deep in them, and they smell fantastic. Your dad smiles kindly and agrees that they sure are beautiful. Then he blows his nose loudly. Sniff the flowers. They do smell good and they look harmless. Your eyes look so sad, but maybe that's just the allergies. Hey Lolash, I know the last few weeks have been very hard for you. This might be a good time to relax and stick around in the quarters wing. Why I will need to relax? Okay, what to do? We don't have nobody to talk, so I think I go for here. Um, Register for engineering class. Okay, let's go for this. Using congruence HoloNet schedule system is almost a test on its own. You feel like a hacker navigated confusing interface, but managed to add your name to the list of drop-in students. So we get +2 engineering, +1 from absorbed brain perk, and +1 organizing. You are now eligible to join Tangent and some of older students in engineering class. Okay, that can be good, so I go for here and study engineer. Professor Al rubs his hands together as he waits for the class to settle down. He's in great mood. This must be his favorite subject to teach. If biology and chemistry are the wet science, then engineering must be the dry one. But believe me, this class definitely won't be dry. He winks, it's weird. We'll also be learning math, physics, computing, robotics, architecture, and astronomy. Tiger raises her hands. Will we also learn about nuclear engineering? She asks. Professor Hall nods. Yes, at the beginner level. We'll have an overview of atomic theory and take a field trip to the engine rooms to learn how our ship nuclear reactor works to power the colony. Okay. A new class. Okay, blue in here. Nice. Victory immediately. Ba-bow! Nicely done. Of course, when you do one of these classes, don't forget, when you do a class, it's a month that pass always. Don't forget about that. Because you can say, huh, but why it passed 1 month? Don't forget when the tutorial explains, it says that passed 1 month. Okay, we can pass through here. Nothing, nobody to talk. It seems not. So let's go in here. Deliver supplies. Same thing. Sig is there with a large stack of thin white rectangles. Is that paper? Neat, so nostalgic, but we have all palms. Why was paper? No. Neat, so nostalgic. Yes, Sig hums. Governor Eldecott is quite sentimental when it comes to these things. She even signed each notice by hand. I myself have traded in my holopalm styles for a pen. You are to deliver stacks of these reports to every council member in the colony. Six asks you not to read them, but says it's just boring adult stuff you wouldn't understand anyway. You clutch the papers to your chest and nod. First stop is engineering. Paper? Dr. Instance is exasperate. The governor sending message by paper now? Is this a joke? Tell me this is a joke. You shove your feet nervously. Six seemed serious to you. She skims the first page, muttering to herself, and there's sensitive information here of all this superfluous, technophobic, sentimental foolishness. You back quietly away next up the cafeteria. Antecedent takes the notice carefully with both hands. Paper! What's a strange idea? And oh look, Governor Scott has even signed it. What marvelous handwriting they have. I wonder what I'm supposed to do with this once I'm finished reading it. She thinks out loud. Throw it in a disassembler? It seems far too precious for that. Will I need to get a filing cabinet in here? I wonder. I suppose I can recycle it for craft time. Next up is the expedition office. Tony meets you outside. He's struggling under the shifting weight of an enormous crate. It appears that whatever his side wants out. Sorry, Lolash, could you just put them down on that bench? I'll take them inside in a minute. Another surveyor overhears and laughs. The governor sending paper memos now? Is she really that old? What's next? Toilet paper? The moment you put the documents down, a gust of wind picks them back up and they fly everywhere. You snatch for them, but accidentally drop the rest of the stack you are holding. Scramble to pick them all up. You shove the papers back together, farcely embarrassed at your clumsiness. Sneak peek and need organizing 20. I have 18, kinda sad. Okay, car gets +1. Okay. Uh, let's do like this. it's not correct like this. Oops. It's not good. No. Let's try see what you can do better in here. Nice. It's not the best because we want to always reach super goal, but oh well. Nicely done. We are finishing breakfast in the common area when Marzipan struts in. Look at you eating cereal, she says, turning her nose up at you. I'll bet you don't even know what day today is. You're right, I don't know. Your birthday? No, you dummy, she exclaims, swatting your shoulder. My birthday is in the first month of wet season. You better remember that. So we learned March's birthday. There we go. Today, she announced to the room, is St. Valentine's Day. Diz and Cal wander over to hear more. Back on Earth, Mars explained, it was a day when everybody had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. And then you put sweets under your pillow and it makes you dream about who you're going to marry. And there are decorations of hearts and arrows. And pigs. Pigs? Cal loves pigs. We don't even have pigs here. Before Mars can ask this snorts, this dumb, Marzipan just made it up to get free candy. He rolls his eyes and walks away. As he leaves, Mars shouts at his back. Well, nobody was going to pick you anyway, you stink. I know who my best friend will be. Mars busts her eyes jokingly. Oh really? Who could it be? She asks playfully. I'm gonna tell all the other kids about it, Mars says. So you go around and find your best friend and give them a gift. She points her finger at you. Make sure you do it by the end of the day or it doesn't count. And if too many people want to be my best friend, she adds, I'll hold tryouts for the position. It's only fair. She tosses her hair over her shoulder and laughs. Okay, so we can talk with everybody? Is it? Tasha is waving her hands vigorously in the air. She's playing a study game on her old palm where you have to match falling numbers into correct equations. She better notes you to come. Logically, we should be friends. You lay out the reason strength is in numbers, deal making as foundation for human society and so on. Town pauses the game and her eyes focus on you. Best friends? That sounds so childish, but I suppose us smart kids should stick together. And it will make Mars stop asking me if I've chosen a best friend yet. She goes back to her game. I accept your proposal. So she's our best friend. It's only that, right? Yes. There's nothing more to talk. Oh, we have Mars in here. Mars is in a huff because we didn't pick her for Valentine's Day. Seems like nobody picked her. Ouch. She crossed her arms and scolds at you. You chose Tang over me? She doesn't even like people. What are you going to do? Be study buddies? Boring. Whatever. Mars mutters, tossing her hair. I'm just too mature for kids my age. The older kids get me, even if you don't. She got mad. Okay, let's go for here. What we have shovel dirt yet. You join Cuthbert to the front pile of compost. He's trying to use his overboard as a wheelbarrow, carefully pushing compost off it into the pile. Don't you just love this? Cal asks excited. Yes. No, he laughs. I mean, just this. He waves his arms, darting across up to the elbows, to take the entire greenhouse. We get to help plant stuff and watch it grow. Even if we are just moving dirt around, we are still helping. Why you like so much? Well, he considers. I like digging holes in the dirt because it's so full of surprise down there. I found a worm. Wait, let me see if I can find her again. He sticks his hand into the compost and rummages around, his tongue sticking out of his mouth. I guess she got away, he says after a minute. She was really shiny, like a rainbow. Wait, he says. I just thought of a thing I like better. He shows you his splayed hand. Getting dirt under my fingernails, he laughs. I don't know why, but it's the best. Okay. He likes to play with dirt. Weird, but okay. Doesn't didn't work this. Wait. Like this. Nice. I was being dumb. Okay. Okay, well, our father has something to talk. This is just a dry odd season. Both suns are high in the sky, baking the usual lush vertical jungle. If there's a breeze, it's warm, and you guess it, it's dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which comes far too early for your liking. They are usually gone by the time you wake up and home after you are asleep, so you have to visit them at work if you want to see them. Good morning, Gooseberry. Your dad greets you cheerily. Have you come to see the harvest? Your mom and I are gathering crops from actual Vertum dirt this week. Sure, that sounds neat. He shows you around the rows of corn and beans from Earth. They all look a little yellow and scrawly, not what you expect, but your dad just points out the vegetables ready to harvest. Don't forget, he tells you, the Vermalia Festival is coming up. There will be a talent show and a science fair. I'm sure you are eager to participate, Lolas. Nothing to talk in here. In here, no tool. So let's go for physical. Defense training. Herbal.com is the trained dojo tried out the stun glove. He leaps back slightly as electricity crackles from his fingertips, then straightens up and displays his fingers experimentally towards a target dummy. A streak of lightning arcs out from his hand, charging a light bulb above the target to show a successful hit. Animal whistles. Whoa, she says. That looks really dangerous. You agree, dangerous and awesome. But I think it only stuns things, she continues, because it's called a stun glove. Otherwise, they will call it a kill glove, I guess. I want to have a stun glove too, she says, copying her broad motion of splaying her fingers forward like she's casting a magic spell. But my mom, she doesn't like fighting. She doesn't want me to be a soldier. Why not? But she lets your brother do it. Yeah, it's not fair, she pouts. Just because he's older? Com was training with Het when he was my age, but my mom, I don't think she likes that. I think cause I'm her only daughter, she was hoping I'll be more like Tammy, always helping in the crash. She shrugs. I don't want to be one's mom. We got +1 combat, nice. It's like I only have 7. 12 though. Becomes a red. Try to see what I put. It can be like this. No, I want this here. Can't reach to Super Goal, but it's a win. Animals. Okay. It's time once more for Vertomelia. The mood of the colony has been muted this year ever since the attack during the glow. Though everything is still cheerful, decorated, and the feast table is still heavy with food, mostly soy rations. This Vertomelia just feels different in a way you can't describe. The colonists gather in the square for Governor Eldegate's speech. What a year Vertumna has given us, the governor begins in her witty voice. I stand before you so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. I've always hoped that we will bring with us the best facets of humanity, cooperation, resilience, and creativity, and the events of this year have given me no reason to doubt my convictions. These creatures were unexpected, but I urge everyone to consider what it means for life here. If Vertumna can sustain megafauna, then that means conditions are good for us as well. Our friends in geoponics are already working on the logistics of domesticating the wildlife. Your dad, as second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave to the crowd. There is a smattering of applause. Mars elbows you. Hey, she whispers. Did you hear? My dad say Ellicott gonna announce the depot open to the public. You shot her a questioning look as she rolled her eyes. You know, shopping? Somewhere to spend all the kudos we have been saving up? Okay, only now. There's gonna be candy and toys and makeup and nice smelling soap, not the boring kind of in the communal showers. You know, the concept of shopping, they do it in the all of it from Earth, especially the ones Mars like, but you never actually done it. The colony provides everything you need, but it would be nice to buy yourself a treat. My dad gives me allowance, Mars says, shooting you a look of pity. It's too bad your parents make you work for yours. Your Mars turned back into speech just as Elticott, as predicted, announced the opening of the general store at Depot. Mars gives her no knowing look as she claps. Ellicott gestured for the council members to stand. Finally, the council remains unchanged from last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you and the colony as your government. The music starts up as the governor Ellicott finishes. Thank you all for your hard work and your perseverance this year, she says over the rocks. Together we build the future. Oh, okay, so let's go for bot wrestling biathlon. Let's go for that. Because the other was saving. I want to be different now. Animal and Cal join you for the bot wrestling biathlon, so Cal because come as an hologram obstacle course this year. Competitors will each get a turn to wrestle a hydraulic bot, trying to keep it close for as long as possible. This time, though, all competitors will first have to sprint across the festival grounds, dodging and leaping over obstacles. Each obstacle trigger will subtract from your time. Okay, it's arts, of course. Card becomes true. Hmm. I'm trying to see what will be the best. Okay, let me see. Nice. Done with the heart. Whew. You got a card bot Atlant champion and popular again. But it's a codage double for 3 months. Well, look at you go. You do it. You do it. You shouldn't be. You did it. You didn't expect the hologram outside to move. The last one dances around and gets you in your way when you get close, but your reflexes are fast enough to dodge it. Got our friendship, nicely done. Calm hoots and hollers proudly at you when you also destroy the competition. Even Anemone has to begrudgingly accept you beat her fair and square. She shakes your hand and tells you she'll win next year. After festivals, this is safe thing, because it passes. You end up atop of the western wall with this, launching water-filled poof shrooms down on an unexpected anemone sports ball court below. The wall seemed like a neat place to hang out and relax, much quieter than the lounge if you are looking for some solitude. Unlock relax on the walls in the garrison. Okay. So we are back again to be popular. Let's see if you have something to do. To talk. When I say to do is to talk. Can we do something in here? No. It's 20. Let me see if I have something in 20. I have organizing and toughness, so let's see who can do with that. No. Haha. Want to trade together? Let's go for this. Nicely done. Telling a violent tale. Okay. And let's see more. I'm tough enough. Well, so you are, Uncle Thorne replies, his voice heavy as he looks at you with pride. You are growing up, aren't you? He nods and pats you on the shoulder, and you know he's thinking of timing. Listen, he tells you. I can see that you are a tough cookie, and I would love to have you on my server team in the future, but you'll have to wait a few more years first. Come see me when you are older, okay, kiddo? Dejected? Okay. Psst, it's this. He's hiding behind some bush. That's so typical. He puts a finger onto his lip and motions for you to follow him. Sure, you figure, why not? He leads you silent along the walls towards the garrison, then crouches down in the bush between the sports ball field and the security pavilion to fill with something. Suddenly he's gone. What? Aha! Unlock sneak out in the expeditions. Okay. Another place to go. Can't do nothing in here because I need more thing. And I can't, okay. So we found a place to get out. That's through here. Sneak out to explore nearby. Let's see what is different in here. Okay, let's go. You slip through the drain pipe and out of colony before anyone saw you. Anyone, that is, except for a dark form watching you from the trees nearby. Could that be? Is that this? It turns and disappears into jungle. Now you are sure of it, that was definitely this. He's not allowed outside the colony either. Okay, follow him. You scamper after him through the brush, headless off branch and promptly scraping at your arms and legs. Without a proper aim suit, you get all scratched up. The kid is fast, you quickly lose sight of this and can't find his trail again, but you do learn something by trying. Okay, perception. Whoa, an animal. Whoa, you are blocked by a strange small creature with 1 foot and 4 large eyes, two of which blink sideways top of its head like frog. What the fuck animal is this? Okay, what's the animal challenge? Let's do it. Oh my god, 27 that I need, okay. No, let me trade like this. Nice. Super goal? Yes, super goal. Animals. Look at that, animals and perception. You stop trying to get past it and just listen. Oh, you can hear a little squeaking noise from nearby. It's probably warning you away from its nest. You can avoid the nest while speaking in soothing tones. The agitated little guardian titters warnings at you, but eventually lets you by. Ah, but we need to be careful at the same time. You saw that time passed and got stressed. Stay and watch that they're doing. Okay. This outside, we don't have nothing to do. Aha, so let's see. Through here. What? We have something in here. It's an animal? No, it's this one. Spot Uncle Tony, sneak past him. Okay, let's go for this. Easy. Okay, let's see what I can do in here. Okay, like that. No, I don't want these ones. Can't go for super goal. I already have, because we need to do all 3 rounds. I forgot about all that. Manage to neighbor cards, so I don't want that. Okay. Super goal! More perception. You see past, okay. But we have here top too. Okay, bravery challenge. I'm not reading that because it's only telling what he's doing. Okay. Like that. Nicely done. Super goal again. Nicely done. Because I would love to see more animals to learn something, but we aren't finding. Ahead of you road curves right and there is steep hill leading off to the left. You bet there is a really great view on from top, but it's going to be scrambled. Hike it up. Let's go. Your packed was just roll over. You lost 5 kudos and more stress. Okay, it's bad to go back because of our stress. You sneak up, go home. Yes, go home because my stress is already full. Hey, but at least we learned something. Yup. So now we can explore. That's good. Because before we couldn't explore, so in terms like animals, bravery, like that, you couldn't learn. Now we can learn more faster because you can find animals. Of course, you need to find animals. Because you could see that I didn't only found one animal. Let's see, can I do something with her or not? No, it's persuasion. In terms of persuasion, I'm not very good. Let's see with other characters if I can do something. No. I can't do enough because I still need to to increase more stats. So I can't do nothing yet. So let's learn something. Let's go for humanity. No, life science. Desiccate. Let's go for that. Let's go for desiccation. But I need to start to take out the cards that are only like 0. I need to start to take out that. Nice. Ooh, nicely done. I don't need to do that. Super goal. Yes. You carefully section your sugar bug into 6 discrete organs. You take a photo with your hollow palm and carefully fill in labels for all the parts. That's pretty good, Tang says, picking at your work. These things are slippery than I was expecting. Parts of mine are still moving. Ugh. Great job, class. Now we're going to leave there overnight, says Professor Hall. Next morning, your class is for a surprise. The sugar bugs are alive again, and there are more of them. You have to explain that their DNA is so malleable that almost any part of sugar bug can turn into any other part if it needs to. The resulting sugar bugs are small, but will eventually grow into full-sized ones. Vertebrate biology is weird. Nicely done. Reasoning. Interesting. Why I gain reasoning there? I think I go for in here. It's better to do more in here too. Shovel dirt. Follow him. You slip into the barn behind Carl. He's so absorbed in whatever is in that broken storage box that he doesn't hear you. You can do it, he whispers. Come on, go, 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 go. You creep forward, but the barn door creaks close behind you and Carl jumps. Theloladass, he says, moving between you and the box. What do you need? What's in the box? Carl clenching his fist. Nothing, it's nothing. Whatever Carl is going to say next is interrupted by a chirping noise from the box. Carl gasps and wheels around, and you both rush forward to look. Inside the box is a pink caterpillar-like creature about the length of your arm, blinking up at you with big multifaceted eyes. Its mouth parts wave at you and make a clinking, chirping noise. It's Hatchet, Carl says. Hey little baby, welcome to the world. What is it? Don't know, Carl says. I looked it up on server archives, but nobody found anything like it before. It's true, you have no idea what this creature is. Yeah, it showed up in one of the first shipments of mushroot, he says, rubbing his little nose. Just curled up in a little cocoon, looking like dried up leaf, but warm. I didn't want to just throw it away in case whatever was inside was still living. And no one was using this busted up storage box, so... Cal puts the small creature on his shoulder. What are you, little buddy? Cal asks. You look like a big old caterpillar, but cutter. The creature yawned, showing off circular rows of tiny, even teeth. It nestled against Cal's neck as he screeched it under the chin. May we call you a dilly pillar? It touched one of his 6 white capped feet. Socks the dilly pillar. I hope nobody finds out. Same here, Cal says. Do you remember Miss Manners, the mouse we found on Stratospheric? The grown-ups wouldn't let us keep her. He frowns. I wonder what happened to her in engineering. Maybe Tang knows. I have to hide her, Cal says, looking around. Think she will be okay if I keep her in the broken storage box? He placed socks gently into the box and closed the lid. Go back to sleep, little buggy wuggy. He croons. Sleep tight. Okay, he found an animal. It's not super goal, but at least we won. It's like if you want to do always super goal, of course you need to find the way. But like for me, I'm not playing for the super goal. Okay, let's do more to gain more stats. Oh, visit supply depot. Aha, to buy. Okay, to. Oof, they are expensive. Okay, that's interesting. Mars has asked you to recruit some new members for the secret Fun Times Club. Who do you approach about this fun, exciting opportunity to make friends and be your own boss? My dad, I guess? No, Anemone. Let's go for that. A club? Anemone says, scratching her nose with the back of her hand. I guess I'm already in a club, though. I'll do it. But you got to hold the meeting during Blurb, cause I got sports ball practice during Yali. Duly noted. You will tell Mars to move club meetings to Second Sun. It shouldn't be a problem. Animal starts you by jumping to her feet. Cal! Hey, Cal! Cal stops what he's doing and trots over. Anemone swings her arm around his shoulders. Do you want to join a secret club? You make the universal sign across your neck for stop talking, but Anemone just grins. What kind of secret club will take me, not Cal? Looks like you got 2 for 1. Anemone and Cal are both after the next meeting and very excited to be part of the group. Mars looks excited to have more people to boss around. Anemone can be vice president of kicking stuff, Mars announced. You know, for if we need extra security or like if we need to open a door and can't use our hands. Cal will be vice president of transportation, Mars continues. Cal pulls out his overworn grins. That'll be useful if we need to get somewhere fast, or if only one of us does anyway. You can leave a secret message too. Mars makes them raise their hands. Do you promise to always be cool kids and do fun stuff together and never tell any adults about the secret Fun Times Club? Cal and Amon agree readily. Okay. Let's do like this. Not bad. Like, could try to go for super goal, but I don't care about that. Yes, you get more stats like that, I understand, but... There's a commotion in the square. An expedition vehicle has driven through the gates and is idling in the middle of the square, an unusual sight. People come down from the command to investigate. Utopia gets out of the vehicle and trudge over to Eldicott. After a brief conversation, you see Eldicott gesturing for people to unload the vehicle and clear the area. You stay out of the way to see what they are unloading. It's a body. Chief surveilled Thornin's body. Someone quick covers him with a sheet, but not before the image of his torn open body is seared into your memory. However, he died. It was violent and bloody. You feel your stomach cramp with nausea. What happened? This asks, coming over to crouch around the car with you. You share that Uncle Thorn is dead, and he stares at the sheet-covered body intensely, as if he could see through it. Did they saw how? Hmm, I'm sure they will tell us later. These fronts, no, they won't. They will just tell us something that happened the same way of a bunch of armies just happened to attack the colony. They don't want us to know about the monsters and other worse stuff. They want us to think everything is fine, but it's not. This planet isn't as nice as they say it is. He shakes his head. They hate that they can't control us. You and these watch the adults carry Uncle Tony body away. From the way his practically vibrating, you can tell this wants to ask more questions about what happened. After a few awkward minutes, he sneaks away without saying anything, probably to try to go take a look at the body. At least time isn't around to see this, you think. At least they are together now, wherever people go when they die. Okay, so I'll learn Utopia more. Okay, so the father, I think it was the father of Tommy died now. But again, was there a chance to save? That's one thing that I would love to know. Okay, there is nothing to talk. Maybe let's go for an expedition in here. See how to explore. We can't. Try to get. Don't be nullhead. Having to see the extra cards on the walls. They will spot then we'll find out our secret. Okay. We can't. What we can do? Let's go for more of these. Let's select study life science. Learn the target augment. Oh, nice. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement. Anemone says, rubbing at one of the scales spotting on her jawline. She all needs to sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night studying for this morning history test. Okay, let's go to work. Okay, we'll learn another augment for the character. Could be better. Let me only try to do better. Put this in here. 15 always. More kudos. It's been a quiet glow, but the grim, surreal darkness of the seas reminds you of last year's violence. As the month wears on, you overhear arguments at dinner. Adults worrying that an attack is still coming, and others who think the first one was a fluke. Survivors mention seeing new tracks in the forest, but are shushed so people don't panic. The gates are closed, you drill immersive procedures, feeling soundless from the classroom to the crash to hide under tables, waiting for the sirens to call the all clear. You drill and prepare and worry, but nothing happens. Then, just as Chloe started to wane, the toxic purple spill of the wormhole fading as sun almost rises past the horizon again, the sirens start. You are reading a hollow novel in bed when you hear them, followed by the stomp of boots down the hallway outside your quarters. An alert flash off on your hollow palm. Shelter in the crash, this is not a drill. You get another match from your dad. Me and Mama are going to stay in the greenhouse. We are safe. Just follow Auntie Anne to the crash and wait for us, okay? Don't worry. We are way more prepared than we were last year. Love you. Stay safe. No, head for the gates. Fuck the crash. Heroic. Here you go again. Try to help. Okay. Car becomes physical. Eight. Let me see in here. Because I don't want the car to get red. Okay. Nice, super goal. Whew. More combat for us. You stick around outside of skirts at the gates, throwing rocks and yelling at any creature that gets too close. You are not sure if you make a difference, but the good news is at least you are not injured. When dust clears, Red spots you hiding in the shadows and personally escorts you back to your quarters, where your mom and dad penalize you for disobeying them. When things have calmed down, you overhear your parents talk. I'm not going to be the first to congratulate Red, but all of his defense improvements were is that what we needed, your mom grumbles. He's going to be insufferable at the next council meeting. Your dad pats her hand. Credits where credits due. Flew Bell, he says, and she smiles despite herself. It could have been worse. Your mom nods and they both sit in silence before your dad speaks again. Poor Hal, he decides. What a way to go. Professor Hal? Your parents stare. Hey, Pumpkinhead, your dad says. Yeah, they are going to announce it in a few hours after everyone had a chance to calm down. He didn't make it. What happened? Don't worry about that, your mom replies, shooting your dad a look to keep him from talking. It's adult stuff, okay? You guys won't be able to go into the engineering wing for a little bit, not until it's decontaminated. You curl up quiet to think. Professor Hall can't just die. He can't just be gone. He's your teacher. And the engineering wing is where you take classes. You can't imagine something bad happening in such a safe place. You fall asleep thinking, for sure there's been some mistake. Early quiet. Age 12. Start. Can't do nothing. Let's first see if someone can talk. Aha, or that. You're looking a little worn out, my little firefly. Your dad greets you looking concerned. You know, despite what your mom might say, there's such a thing as too much work. Maybe some air and air over in the lounge will help recharge those solar cells. What do you say? Maybe I just need a hug. Okay. We didn't have nothing to do. Because we have our physical, right, our like heroic physical skills increase faster. I go for here. Relax on the walls. No, I don't need to relax. Forget one mem optional. No. Defense training. I think I can't do this because it's hard. I go for this. It's more easy to do. Nice. The other will be hard to do because I don't have like a lot of cards, good cards. You have been having weird dreams as usual. They seem to get worse around glow. You wake from a dream that has tears drying on your face, though you can't remember why, just that you were terrified. Whatever it was, it felt real enough that for a moment you just lie in bed with your eyes closed and try to calm your breathing. You barely rub your eyes and... Surprise! Oh, it's your birthday. Your dad leaps onto your bed and gives you a big cuddle. Happy birthday, little tomato head. 12 years old. Wow, can you believe it? No, your mom answers for you, laughing as she hands you your presents. It was just yesterday Aunt was showing me how to change your diaper. Because it's your birthday, your parents have brought you food for the canteen so you can all eat together on your bed. As you stuff your face with savory tofu chunks, you open your present. Which one your favorite? A bouquet of without flowers from your mom. Yeah, from our mom. Let's go for that. Jesus, a lot of talking. You're joined, so it's time for start thinking about how you're going to contribute to the college when you're older. At the look on your face, he laughs. Don't worry, we are not going to make you get a job right now. We are just asking what you want to be when you grow up. A farm like you, a teacher, a dad with like 10 kids, captain of sports ball, a famous idol. You can't because you need creativity. Okay, a monster hunter, governor of Vertumna, a monster hunter. Your mom laughs. You have been playing too many Holo games, Loladas, she says. Hunting monsters? I hope it doesn't come to that here. She rubs a leg on the table where the prosthetic attached to her bone. Just remember, being a hero isn't all it's cracked up to be. Well, Your mom starts to get up. I'm sure your friends all want you to wish you a happy birthday. She stops and snaps her fingers. Oh, you might not have considered a career as a depot clerk, but Al and Bernie mentioned their daughter Mars is working there and she needs some help. Now that people can freely order luxuries, it's pretty busy there. Sure beats shoveling dirt, your dad laughs. If you don't take that job, you tell Mars I'll be right there. Norma rolls her eyes and smiles. But I need to rest. Let's do this. Relax on the walls. These are going to study. Perfect. No. Keep watching. Oh, hey, Lost. This pops his head up near the ladder and looks surprised to see someone else here. Do you mind if I sit here? Sure. Heck yeah, come and sit beside me. Okay. Both are good. I don't want to take one of these cards. Okay, let's try to go outside. Yes, sneak outside to explore more. Oh, it's snowy. Okay, perception, look for a path through it. Easy one. Let's see what you can do. Okay, we have a lot of yellows. Super goal, nicely done. There it is, you can hop along for that rock to that fallen log, then climb over, okay. It's like you can explore a lot of from here. But I would love to find animals, but I can't find. Practice spitting seeds. Okay. Whoa, it's this in here. You spot this sitting in a clearing, but not before he sees you first. Instead of sneaking away, as usual, stay still as you approach. Like it's totally natural that he will be sitting in the middle of the jungle, so far away from the colony walls. Now that you think about it, you are a little glad to see him. You are so far away that you can't see the walls anymore, and it's really weird out here, and it's getting late. He stares unblinkingly at you as you approach. "Hi, Lolas," is all he says. "Hi, this." He seems to be in good mood, something you see very rarely. "Did you see Shift Survivor Utopia out there?" This asks. "She has like X-ray vision eyes for something. She'll catch you for sure if you get too close. She caught me once and I got in big trouble. How about I show you something cool, and sneaking out will be our secret, okay?" He jumps and walks a little way into the trees. You follow. Okay, try to be brave. Easy. Okay. Nice. Nice super goal. Look at that. Keep exploring. It's like, where are the animals? Right? Give me a friendly pat. Okay, more physical. You can see that, like, look at that exploration that exists. Ew, you touch it. Oh, an animal. Easy one. No, I want like this. Can take out this one like this. Okay, can do like this. It's not a super goal, but it worked. Well, first it sniffs out to go tree, then it pees. Okay. Nice. Getting more, getting less stress. That's good. Like that, I can search for more. I'm not ready because this like all it tell is not talking with nobody. Okay, let me see. Nicely done. Look at that super goal. 42. Bravery. It's like you can see that to explore, there's a lot to explore in the game. It's amazing that to explore. More cards to gain. Like the exploration of the game is huge. Defend yourself, toughness challenge. I'm always touching the micro. I don't want to touch it. Because I'm trying to scratch. Nice. No, I don't want. I want these in here. Like that. Oops. Like that. Take out some stress. New perk. Red cards get +1 physical challenge. Nice. Whoa, I didn't know about that. Hey, at least discover something new. Okay, then I need to go dig it up immediately. I need to go. I already have full stress. Go home. Yes, go. Because I already have full stress. But it was a good search. We did a lot. I did a lot of things. Thankos are really well. You tell that you know this has been going. Tan looks closer. Really, she says, wrying her hand. Is it safe? I'll keep him safe. Okay. Tanji is storming around the quad in front of engineers, checking notes on her old palm, gesturing and grunting in frustration. Ah, these the worst. What's the matter? I can't possibly, she says, her voice cracks. She seems too upset to even explain. Professor Hal, she tries again. Hal, he was helping me with this physics shaft, and now she throws her hands in the air, virtual all palm screens flying over everywhere. I can't understand this without him. This is impossible. She chokes out. Why did he have to die? Give a Tang a hug. Can I help study? Still don't have that. Okay, let's rest. I can't do that now. Okay, relax. No, I could relax in that place. Mars. Mars throwing all of screen, but gives you a slight smile. Hey Lola, she says, gesturing for you to sit down. I need ideas for Secret Fun Times Club. Can you help? Nice. Organizing. Spend a few hours, Mars design a log for the club, you get into an argument about whether all kids should be allowed in, like Com and Emon's brother with 17. You think it's a bad idea, but Mars agrees. He's super dreamy, she says, trimming a braid with a finger. I know if I just spend more time with him, you'll notice me. I'm mature for my age, you know. You shake your head, how can Mars be thinking about boys already? I can't take. No, it's blue. I think I don't have a lot of cards blue, so I think I'm gonna let it. Yoda comes back from work one day looking serious under the weather. He's pale with deep circles under his eyes and he keeps sneezing. It's fine, he insists. It's just all this pollen there, it's gunking up the all hair tubes. Do you remember hay fever, flu? We always got it back on Earth too. Nima frowns and crosses her arms. We did, she agrees. So why isn't it bothering me? You're a lot tougher than me, sweet pea. Your dad says and your mom holds her eyes. I'm sure I just have to get used to it like you did, he continues. Maybe I'll go for a stroll outside the gates later. Really get a good lungful of stuff. I'll feel bad for a few weeks, but after that I'll be fine. Nirmal raises both eyebrows. Outside the gates? You? Yoda shrugs, then he falls into a fit of sneezing and can't answer. Your mom directs him to go lie down on their bed. You need rest, not machismo. She scolds him. I don't have a maha, achoo, Yoda sneezes, a macho bone in my body, foo hoo foo, and I have to fertilize the corn and the pixie beans this week. Your mom grunts. Your dad pulls a handkerchief from his pocket and sneezes it a few times, big yelling honk sneeze that echo through your whole quarters. He pulls it away from his face and you can tell that something's wrong. Ugh, your dad says weakly, holding the handkerchief away from his face. It's bright fushy pink and glittering in the light. That's weird. Then his eyes roll back into his head, his knees buckle, and your mom yells for you to call instance. She eventually takes your dad vitals and gives him a cursory look over, but she seems satisfied with that what she sees without having to do a thorough examination. The experts have started calling this the shimmer. She says, shining a light down your dad's throat. He's looking a little bad, but not much. It's an airborne toxin, likely in the pollen fog. Will he be okay? It doesn't seem to cause long-term damage to the body. Instance explains. She gestured in the air, making notes on her hollow eye that only she can see. I've been tracking its effects for 3 seasons now. The toxin is flushed out of the body after 3 to 5 days and it's not contagious. She looks down at your father. What that means for you, Geranium, since you are particularly susceptible to the toxin, you should be taking better pains to avoid exposure. If you must go outside during pollen, use a respirator. Dilla smiles weakly. You got it, boss, he says. Your mom smiles and puts her hand over his. As your literal boss, I'm ordering you not come into work for the rest of the week, she says. You are on strict bed rest. She leans in to touch her forehead to ease. They stay like that, smiling with relief. Even after one day of bed rest, your dad is looking a lot better. He's clearly anxious to get back out into the fields. You're gonna love this new crop, Lodge. It's called a pixie bean. They glow in the dark. It's already pulling on his boots. The field looks so beautiful at night. I'm happy that we finally found something that will actually grow here that isn't soy, and more soy. Okay, so our father is good. Okay. Your Alpan pulls with a message from Tank. Hello, Lodge. If you are not occupied, could I ask you for your assistance in the lab? Thank you in advance. Typical Tang, but her asking for help is something so rare that you can't help but head over right away. You find her hunched over the spectrometer, making notes on holo screen. Oh, you are here, she says, blinking rapidly. She looks like she's been awake for days, wrinkled a little shiny and with the wild eye look of someone who needs a cup of latte. I just happened to be nearby. I'm researching the shimmer, the respiratory illness some people report during pollen, she says. I'm loath to admit it, but I need your assistance. She takes a 4 vials with swabs inside and puts them into your hand. I need recent saliva samples from both of you and your father, she says. There must be a reason why he's so susceptible to the shimmer, and you are not. You must share half of your genetic code with him. There must be some marker we can compare between two of samples. Then, she continues, pulling another vial from a rack of test tubes. Administer this to yourself, wait 3 days, and take samples again. The test should be able to determine if anything in your body chemistry has changed. Tang looks at you very seriously, cutting through her burly expression. There's something going on here, she whispers. Something really, really big. I've begun to realize this is about more than just curing disease. She squeezes your hand so hard it almost hurts. Unlocking the secrets of the shimmer, who it affects and why, it could lead to a greater understanding of all life on Vertumna. And knowledge. Knowledge more than power, Lodge. It's control. Okay, I'll do it. Shimmer plus 1 shimmer cure, plus 1 helpful tangent and more friendship. Thank you, Tang says. I've been researching so hard, I think my eyes are going to fall out of my head, and for what? Well, for the end of the debilitating disease, pretty good reason, but Tang shakes her head at herself before you can answer. We are at disadvantage here, she mutters. We are fighting blind. We need to understand this planet if we're going to get it under our control. Okay. No more to talk. can't talk with our father, right? No, with our mother. Can we do something because of stats? Yeah. Tell her what you learned today. Okay. Because we cool, because of our stats. In here, this. Dare you to eat this worm. Nice. Okay, because we cooled. Anemone. We can't do nothing. With her, we still can't, right? No. Because you need brain. I think it's organizing that you need. Oh, as Mars says, breezing past you. I'm sorry, I can't talk now. I'm on a way to work in command. She stops when you don't sound amazing enough. You know, the supply depot? She clarifies, it's the most important job in the whole colony. Anything that gets made here goes through me first. Mars' smug smile gets somehow even more smug. Plus, I get first pick of all the best stuff. Could I work there with you? Well, Mars, an house. I suppose it is a lot of work to do alone, and I do like you. We should stick together. Nice. Depot clerk in command. If I'm not wrong, is in here, right? No, these only two rests on command. Isn't it in top in here? Yes, working the bot. Seek rolls their eyes when they see you report to the depot for your first day as a clerk. Oh, it's you. They deadpan. Well, at least you might learn something useful while you are here. The depot is where the precious nanoprinter lives. Seek lords over it like a tyrant, and they don't like children. They load the depot model on your holopalm and walk you through the process. People submit requisitions for the nanoprint through this portal. They explain. It's your job to program the correct routine into the nanoprint to fulfill their order. Then you mark it as available for delivery or pickup depending on if we have the delivery person available. Sig grumbles, and we almost do never. With that explanation, it leaves you to figure out what to do on your own. It's okay for the first hour or so because no one puts in a requisition at all. It's pretty early, maybe everyone is still asleep. Clean and organize the depot. You are jerked back to Riyadh by a haptic pulse through your holopalm. Your first order. You excited to open your holopalm and read it. Elbow greased up. Very funny, Carl. Use me for the requisition. Hi, Carl got jokes though. Another one pops up on your screen. First light fluid, 2 gallons, anemone. Really, anemone? Another bogus requisition. Are your friends trying to prank you? You are barely dismissed that second one before the third comes in. Ah, you can't do this because we don't have reasoning. It's 20 or it... Ah, come on. You fix requisition to your screen and fire up the nanoprint. Huh? There must be something wrong because you are not finding anything under... You're about to punch the race for sophisticated to what's the requisition when you hear someone laughing behind you. OMG, Mars exclaims, leaning over your shoulder to look at your palm. Are you serious? Are you kidding me right now? Like, Lolas, that's not even a thing. I knew it wasn't. She hops onto the counter across her legs. I'm so totally to have you as my assistant here, Lodge. Find someone to help box and fetch things so I can focus on important work. I should be in charge. I don't care which one of you is in charge, Sig interrupts, so long as you get the work done. Sig paused. Wait, did you wash the floors? They say looking impressed. Well, that's those everywhere. Here we go. Mars cannot wait until Sig is gone to giggle. Either way, I'm glad you are here. This job is so boring. Okay, so for tongue, you need reasoning. Jesus. Because this card starts here, okay. Nice. Like, reasoning is not easy to get. Like organizing is easier, but reasoning is not easy. Okay, let's go for here. Let's go for study humanities. We are not doing a lot of here. You sit down next to Change and nudge her emotion. What's up with this? Tang frowns at you. Where have you been? She whispers. Ever since Professor Hall died, Congress has been teaching this class. Then she throws at everything in general. They say everyone else who might be qualified is too busy. And no, they didn't ask me. What does computer know about poetry? Okay, let's go to work. Okay, I have a lot of blues. No, it is not in there. It's not bad. Yeah, but I don't know how to get reasoning because you need to be in the talk to get. Let's do more of these. Defense wall. Oh, it's on. That card starts there. Nicely done. It's time for further. Okay, that festival. Okay. Nothing different. Professor Al that died. We also recognize passing of our dear friend Chief Server Marathon that died too. But that is the thing that I don't know if you can or not. If that is on script that they need to die, or you can evade that, dodge that, not but those characters die if you do something different. I don't know that. That's one thing that I would love to know. Okay, let's go for science fair. Reasoning, let's go. Try to win. Let's try it. Okay, let's see it. This one here. Nice. Winner! Do egg drop experience, take franchise Castelline, okay. You get this card again because it's the same. Because it's the same card. Because you need to do the other, but I need to have this one to be able to do it. Okay, let's go outside. Outside, no, let's go in here to do more things in here too. Carl loads its software up on his holopalm, and there is a lot of going on there. All digital will gouge and a long list of possible subroutines with params to end. Loladash, he says now poking at the interface. Do you want to try doing this? Yes. Easy peasy. Okay. Nicely done. For now, nothing is happening. Like that, you need to be careful or not. So for now, we don't have nothing in here to do. Let's try to go outside, try to find some animal, and to explore more from this part. Through here, there's nothing. Let's go through this side. Try to plant something. Biology. That's good. We don't have a lot of biology, so why not try? Can I go through here? Let's go through here. It's like you don't see a lot of animals that will be cool to see. Oh, there's something in there. Like there. A mysterious stranger. There's nothing more in here. There's another in there. What's this? No, keep exploring. That means that's the end of the area, okay. Perception challenge. Nice. Super goal in there. More challenge to do. Okay, more the blues. Getting more points for the character. The problem in here is like a lot of them are only for red, not for blue. Okay, we couldn't do more because we already are full with stress. Of course, it's like you shouldn't always go there. Perception level 1, I like collectibles. Okay, let's go rest. No, we can go rest in there. Is in here, right? No, this card is good. Both cards are good, so I don't want to take out. Someone to talk. Aha, look, there is something in here. You find a hefty red Xeno egg. What is that? Electrical clicks are tunnels, thought better of you, Marzipan Justice. You have sort of natural leadership ability. I remember from when I was girl many years ago. Mars doesn't roll her eyes, but you get sense it's a close call. You need to set up at for the other shield helicopter does. It's okay to have your own opinions, but you kids can just do whatever you want. You have to follow the rules and respect your elders. I'm set a good example, Mars retorts, stopping her foot. Hello. The only reason we are here is because a bunch of people knew living on Earth was nonsense and decided to do something different. Ellicott looks scandalized, but Marge just continues on. Maybe kids should have more authority. We are the ones with the new ideas that will take us into the future. Marge is right. See, Marge insists. Everyone agrees with me. You might be on Vertumna, but your ancient old brain is still stuck back on Earth. She takes a deep breath and for a moment seems much older. Government etiquette. We need higher walls and more aggressive farmland clearing, and we need it now. Are we here to stay on this planet, or we'll just sit around until the jungle swallows us back up? Helicott mouths open and close a few times, then she puts her hand on the forehead. Both of you, get back to your duties, she decides. Marzipan, we'll talk about this later in private. Okay, we caught an egg. Aha, maybe we need to talk with this. This sitting, he pretends not to notice. You want to play a game? Not really. We built a fort. Okay. But we found an egg. Who is for? Nobody to talk. Here, I have something for you. Lost collectible cards. Curious time to analyze the delicate white pads. It has been dry and preserved, but still looks as fresh as if it was just picked. You have been taking good care of this patch, thank you, ladders. Tangent's deep conversation with one of the other scientists. It seems to be consoling her, though. Tangent's face betrays no emotion as he claps her on the shoulder, reassures her that she's doing really well for someone so young, and that everyone compromised some of their samples when they were first learning. He leaves on Tangent's side as she goes to put her head in her hands, stopping for short when she realizes she's still wearing gloves. She peels them off and digs her fingers into her eyes. Are you okay? I'm fine, Target replies immediately. I compromised on the spirit I was working on because the vent was still open when I was spraying the workstation down with sanitizer. She sniffs. It's so gross here, she says. I probably did that fungus a favor. Tan takes a bottle of sanitizer from under her workbench and cleans while she speaks. There are pollen spores everywhere, she whines. And he comes over here and tells me it will be okay, Tang, like it is his job to console and patronize me. Both sides in unison. I hate being young, she says bitterly. Why don't they understand that we have higher expectations for ourselves than they do? I need to learn from my own failures. Oh, Tango's force +1 if this has the highest value. Whoa. What I don't need, she continues icily, is someone to pat me on the head and tell me it's okay and the adults will make it all better. I messed up, she says. Just let me fix it. Don't make a big deal about it like I'm a child with a boo-boo. Okay. These cards that you can give if you want. Maybe these gonna like to have want to hear a from natural fact. Okay. More biology. All this to your head now, my darling. You hear as you enter the garden looking for Carl. It will help with the swelling. Carl is sitting with his mother-hunted Tyra, who kneels beside him holding an ice pack to his head. Carl's eyes are a little puffy. He rubs them and sniffs as you approach. Hello, lads. Tyra greets you with a kind smile. Don't worry, Calcitrans just took a thumb off of something he shouldn't have been clean. Mom, Cal complains. It wasn't that bad. Are you gonna be okay? I'm okay, Cal reassures. I just bumped my head a little. Mom always know how to make it bad, he says with a boyish smile. Even I'm old enough to take care of myself. My brave boy, Tyra says, stroking his hair. Thanks for humoring me. She looks over to you. Don't let me show off for you, Lush. Ground basic feats of bravery only for the rest of the day. Cal whines and wrinkles his nose. Cal's strength, okay. But he likes something like this. Is that alien egg? Cal says, whoa, I wonder what's inside. If it's still warm, maybe we can hatch it. Learned Anemone likes heads and no eggs. Okay. So I should have given this to her. Damn it. Okay, let's learn more things. Engineering. Because now it's the computer that's doing the engineering. This goes to blue. Okay, don't mind that. I can put it like this. Put like this. Super goal immediately. Nicely done. Relax in the launch. I don't need. Relax. So you can give those cards. Interesting. Work in the depot. In another meeting of Secret Funtime Club, you are trying to figure out what to do. It's your job as vice president of fine ideas, but you are having trouble coming up with something. Think, Lotus, think. What's that smell? Tang asks as she joins you. You think she means someone farted and you giggle, but then you can smell it too. It's like burning mustard or spice, strong and acrid. Then the overhead lights start to flicker. Oh, that keeps happening, Mars says with a shrug. Like the same time every afternoon, nobody knows why, it's a mystery. She and Time looks at each other, then at you. A mystery. They jump to their feet, there's a Mr. Foot, and the CFC is going to solve it. Tang brings up a fresh notepad on her holopalm and adds 2 bullet points. Clue 1. Weird smell. Clue 2. Flickering lights. Calcif's there. The smell coming from that vent, he says, pointing to a screen in the corner. Get close and sniff. Get a schematic to see where the vent goes. Nice organizing. It smells awful in here. Auntie said it is here, fanning the nanoprint with a cutting board while it belches out foul black smoke. Oh gosh, kids, she says, don't come any close. This darn nanoprint is on the fritz again. Everything that comes out is awfully burned and I don't want to breathe in smoke. Every gosh darn day, she mutters under her breath. You look up, the lights are flickering you too. There, did you see it? You take a closer look. There's some kind of black dust near them. That's weird. Little clumps of it are stuck to the wall and ceiling all around the outlet and the back of the nanoprint too. You climb up onto the counter, much to Auntie's annoyance. When you put your hand near the black dust, your all palm makes your hand tingle like it's vibrating slightly. Tad climbs up with you and tries it too. Electromagnetism, she confirms. The ferromagnetic materials in our holopalms are react to the presence of magnets or an electric current. I think it's in this dust. She makes a note. Clue 3, electromagnetic dust. Now to stand shoos you out of the kitchen. Out, out, go play somewhere else, my darlings. We got super to prepare. You follow the clumps of black dust through the lawns, down a long hallway to the children's crash. It's quiet here, and instantly you walk softly and stop talking. You slow as you approach the playroom. The crash playroom is empty and dimly lit, except for the all projected corner showing a purple teddy bear, the one that electrocuted your friend Tammy. It keeps flickering on and off. Bravely enter. As you step into the lights in the room suddenly turn on, 2 musical toys start playing all at once, and a toy robot begins spicing in circles, roaring March tricks. Target rushes suddenly forward, grabs a glass from our table, and slams it upside down on the counter. I caught it, she yells. Whoa, what is that? You get around to see under the glass are what look like 4 round metal things, like ball bearings. As you watch, one of them starts to roll. It advances to the edge of the glass, then roll in a ring around the inside. It stops, then a pair of long silver antennae emerge from the top of the ball. They click together, producing a bright spark of electricity. You all jump back. The other 3 balls gradually awake and begin snapping their own antennae. I think we have solved our mystery, Tang says with a growing smile. Sure enough, we find more magnetic black dust and something else, tiny bite marks in electric cord leading to the holo projector. They must be feeding off electricity, Tang explains, then storing it like a battery tools for self-defense, and this dust must be their excrement. Fascinating. You report your finds to Dr. Instance, who discovers this past have in fact been siphoning off electric current from your ship since it landed, and are responsible for some dangerous power surge. One such surge must have been the one that killed your friend Tammy. From a quick look around the room, everyone knows it. Anemone rubs Carl's back as he stares at the ground. Whoa, the mystery of the weird smell. The card, that's nice. That's cool, the artwork for the card. Car becomes true. Okay. Nice organizing. But there is reason that I want, but I already have 21. Whoa, it's back again to the glow. New perk. Extra gear slot. Equip an additional gear slot. Oh, they are there. Aha, we have something in here. You find a glittering crystal cluster. Does this interest you? Thank you. They say clearly unsure about how react. I'll find something to do with it. Ah, it wasn't the best for him. Damn it. Can't do nothing. There's nothing to do. Can we go try to go outside? Nah, they don't never let you go outside. It's life science. Let's go for that. Eventually, Chief Engineer Instance breezes through the door. She accompanied by Tang, who takes a seat beside you, barely giving you a second look. Look who showed up, Instance snaps. With a sinking feeling, you know she's talking about you. Lodge, can you even tell me what life science entails? Tang looks at you out of corner of her eye, trying not to smirk. Tang stops you on the way to class. Lodge, where are you heading to life science? Because that crystal shouldn't give to that, it needs to be to other person, but who? So you need to know who to give items to, cards. Good, I could also help. I work with Change Instance in the BioLab. If you give me a hand with it, I'm sure you'll give credit. Of course. I said, Mister, we just need somebody to label Petri. Okay. As you just exist. Ah, Lord, she said. We have been studying samples from some of colonists who get sick during pollen, including your dad. Some of the stuff in his lungs is some kind of fungus. We think the shimmer is a form of reproduction. Tang explains. It's like a fungus trying to turn us into more fungus like it. It's really neat, actually. Yeah, neat. How cool, where I can find. Our muscle reports have been from foragers returning from the Valley of Vertigo, which tells you where the police fecal here. That might be a good start. No, I want to do this. No, it doesn't work like that. No, because this is gonna affect that. Damn it. Need to find a way to do it. Nice. Two data points from a line, but the freeze apart. The colony alert all the globe. You are in class when the signs start to ring. The other keys fall to alert. This one sample point should say here, but it wasn't safe last year. Professor Hall, what if another key gets in? Queen's flagship, please tell calm children, she says. Defense squad is already en route to the bridge. This should all be over soon. Leave. Heroic again. Animal sounds, combat, tame it. You follow the workshop and force yourself to you got two glistening bug eyes, no 16. Decrease line to defend another. I can find banks. Help it escape. Tame it. Let's try to tame the animal. Let's try it. Becomes red. Try to think in here. Let's go for these first. Becomes red. I think now. Like this. Like that. Super goal. Aha! Vriki. +1 skill on chance weight, +1 bonus to straights. You win it. Nice. You look to speech up on your Ola Palm and land that freaky, so named for the thrills they make, which yours is making now, cuddling against your leg, are either male or female, though they do require a mate to reproduce, so it's a they then. You decide to name it. Let's go for freaky. Just freaky, it's easy to keep track on them that way. It isn't long before the signs turn off, ringing free short pulse as the alkali message flash on your old palm. You and the other shield fall out of engineering and you head back to your quarters. Your parents will want to know that you are safe. You managed to smuggle your new pet freaky under your jacket and hide it under your bed before they arrive. Your dad gives you a big hug, but your mom slumps into a seat at your small table. It's like they were going specifically for geoponics this time, she mutters, but your dad pets your hair and shushes her. I'm sure it was just a bad luck, Flolubel, he says, but your mom shakes her head and folds her hands in front of her mouth, staring out the porthole windows at the fields. Aha! Our creature. Yes. Tanya stands still with her face held up to the sky, letting blue snowflakes land on her cheeks. They melt almost immediately. She doesn't move as you approach. After a minute, she winces and rubs her eyes. It stinks, she says, because it's made of acid. Acid snow? Tanya nods. The holonet entry says it's harmful. It freezes at 12 degrees Celsius and turns into tiny crystals that are so heavy they fall from the clouds. You can see them under a microscope. She sticks her tongue out and lets some flakes fall on it. It tastes kind of sour but sweet, she observes. Fascinating. Tanya pulls a sample jar out of her coat. We know what it's made of, but our understanding is incomplete, she says, and places the jar on an outcropping of rocks. The big mushrooms change in shape and color before the snow began to fall. I wonder, is there some sort of signal that precedes the change of the seasons? What happens if I expose samples collecting dust season to snow from quiet season? A smiley smile creeps across Sam's face. There is so much to learn about this planet, I can't wait. So can we now try that with her? Want to study together. Aha, you could on all a palm. Like the cards. We have our animal now that I don't know what does. But yeah, overall, it's a good game. Yes, it's gonna take time to beat. It takes time. There's a lot of things to do, to talk. You can give cards to certain characters, but you should give to the correct characters, not to random. But they don't even explain that. But overall, it's a good game. It's like the other game that I was talking that I don't remember that it was like you are a normal student you start from baby to adults. This same thing, but you need to study, you need to learn things. You have that card challenge that you can take out. You don't need to play it, right? You don't need to play the card challenge, but I think it's better to play because, like they say, if you want to skip that challenge, it's a coin flip that you do it, and it depends on the age and the stats of your character. So I think it's better to play the card because it's not that hard to play the card challenge. Sometimes they even say that sometimes you can't win, but sometimes it's better not to win. So because let others to win. So, but overall, it's a good game to play. It's like if you like this type of games, management. And about like it's a management game because you need to manage your status and your your money that's good, your rebellion, the relationship with adults and calling governments, your stress, and at the same time learning new things. If you like this type of games, I'll say to go buy on Steam. It's already available. If it's like management games is not your style of games, I'll say like give it a try. It's not hard to understand how the game works. It takes a little bit of understand, like you need to understand a little bit, but it's not like oh so hard to know. But give it a try because it's worth. So hope you guys enjoy here some gameplay of I was a teenage ex-colonist. So it's worth to play. It's worth. So hope you guys enjoy it and see you guys next time.